done on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Hallelujah. Abba Yahweh, we come before you ever so humbly as the body of Yahshua HaMashiach. We give Todah and hosannas unto your Kodesh name for all of the blessings in which you bestowed upon all of us as your people scattered throughout the world. We Todah you for our lives. We Todah you for our health, our strength, food, clothing, and shelter. We Todah you for simply being able to breathe your Kodesh name in prayer. We Todah you also for keeping your ear attentive unto our prayers as your people. And we ask of you to please continually keep us wrapped in the hollow of your hand, protecting us as well as sparing and delivering us from all manners of hurt, harm, and danger. And Father Yahweh, we beg of you also that no matter how seemingly insurmountable our trials and tribulations appear, we ask that you allow our faith in you to never diminish. And we ask that you allow our confidence and hope in you to never be reduced either, Father Yahweh. And we beg of you to please also continue to shape not just the local governments where your people are, but continue to shake the foundations of the earth on the behalf of the righteous, Father Yahweh. And as the world continues to go against the righteous, and as the world continues to show its hatred and disdain for you, we ask of you to continue to show your hatred and your disdain for the ways of the world, Father Yahweh. Shake, torment, terrorize, and trouble all of the wicked in this earth, Father Yahweh. We beg of you to take our adversaries in charge, curse them, flip their lives upside down in the same way in which they seek to disturb the lives of Israel. And we beg of you also that all of the weapons that the wicked will break out to use against Israel, we ask that you allow them to not use those weapons without ensnaring their own souls and the souls of their households and children for generations to come, Father Yahweh. And we beg of you, the spirit of fear that Shaitan and his children will seek to cast upon your people, we ask that you allow it to not find a resting place among Israel, but take that spirit of fear and send it back from whence it came tenfold, Father Yahweh. And we beg of you also that you shake up, torment, and trouble the leaders and the rulers of this world. No matter how small or how great they may be, we ask that you trouble them all, Father Yahweh. Those who work in tandem with wickedness and the evildoers of this world, we ask that you punish them just as severely as you would the evildoers and the supporters of the wickedness also. And at the end of the days of the righteous, we ask that you allow our steps to be found favorable and honorable before you, so that we are able to stand before you and to see your face in peace and to hear you say unto us, well done, my tub and faithful servants. And we ask that you spare us from the fate of the wicked, but we ask that you cut the days of the wicked, their rule and their triumph. Cut it short, Father Yahweh. We ask that you cast them down into hell alive, Father Yahweh. Show them no mercy in the same capacity in which they showed your people no mercy. And we ask that you cast the wicked and all of their evil works, thoughts, and deeds into a burning lake of fire where they will sink to never rise again. Abba Yahweh, these blessings we ask of you ever so humbly, as well as the cursings of our enemies, ever so sincerely. In the name of Yahshua HaMashiach we pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Dear family, you may be seated. It's with great honor and pleasure that I stand here before you all, those that are gathered with us, as well as those that are tuned in on live stream today, to observe yet another Shabbat in Almighty Yahweh's name. Dear family, for those of you that are writing this down, I want to open up reading from the book of Tehillim, reading from the book of Psalms, the 109th Psalm to be exact. Hold not your peace, O Yahweh, the Elohim of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me. They've spoken against me with a lying tongue. They've compassed me about also with words of hatred, and they fought against me without a cause. For my Ahava, they are my adversaries, but I give myself unto prayer. And they've rewarded me Ra for Tov, and hatred for my Ahava. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Shaitan stand at his right hand. And when he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer be counted as sin. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. And let his children be continually vagabonds, and beg, and let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he has, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy or hesed unto him, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their names be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with Yahweh, and let not the sin of his mother, let the sin of his mother not be blotted out. But let them be before Yahweh continually, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth. Because they remembered not to show her seed, but persecuted the poor and the needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. As he loved cursing, so let it come in unto him. And as he delighted not in blessings, so let it be far from him. And as he clothed himself with cursing, like as it was his garment, so let it come into his bowels like water, and like oil into his bones. Let it be unto him as the garment which he covers himself, and for a girdle wherewith he is continually clad. Let this be the reward of my adversaries from Yahweh, and of them that speak evil against my soul. But do thou for me, O Yahweh, my Elohim, for your name's sake, because your Hasid is Tub, deliver thou me. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me, and I'm gone like the shadow when it declines. I'm tossed up and down as the locust, and my knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth the fatness. I'm become also a reproach unto them. And when they looked upon me, they shook their heads. Help me, O Yahweh, my Elohim. Save me according to your Hasid, or your mercy, that they may know that this is your hand, that you, O Yahweh, have done it. Let them curse, but you bless. And when they arise, let them be ashamed, but let your servants rejoice. Let my adversaries be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion, as with a mantle. And I will greatly praise Yahweh with my mouth. Yea, I will praise him among the multitude. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor, to save him from those that condemn his soul. Dear family, with all of the tribulations and the adversity that Israel faces, may Almighty Yahweh continually keep Psalms such as 109, 102, and 35, as well as the 55th Psalm, perpetually in your forethoughts in these days and times, Israel, because you're going to need to utilize weapons like that as you engage in spiritual warfare and wrestle against spiritual wickedness in high and low places. Dear family, continually keep not just yourselves in your households, but also them that are the household of faith in your prayers perpetually also. Dear family, I present to you all Zakim, Dawid ben Yakahanan Sr. Let us receive him by rendering unto Almighty Yahweh the highest form of praise, which is hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom, Yisrael. Truly, we do give Almighty Yahweh all honor and praise that is due unto his most precious name. We honor the name of Almighty Yahweh simply because he is, he was, and is yet to come. We told Yah for that, for the beauty of the gift of life, even in the midst of all of our trials and our present situations and all the circumstances that have brought the children of Israel even to a greater awakening here in this part of the Western Hemisphere, even in the latter days. We told Yahweh for touching the hearts and minds of his people. We are saddened that in many instances we are never moved by the power of Yahweh's word until tragedy does strike. We realize that in this earth, we are, as Yah's people, we're going to go through trials and tribulations, but we have to be diligent enough to obey Yahweh, to keep his commandments. I have lost many of a so-called friend over the years, as well as some that you meet that are new acquaintances. And I want to say this in the power of Yahweh, to the Yah, my precious eye. I want to say this in the power of Yahweh as we give Toda for just simply being alive. But we are in this earth, and in the latter days, I've never seen more people that are in spiritual conditions where they have demons riding them that need to be cast out. I've never seen more people in my lifetime that have never picked up the scriptures, have never gone into a house of worship. We won't even say the assemblies of Yahweh. We'll say we'll get the church, the mosque, or a basement back room Bible study, but yet think themselves to be so righteous. I've never seen such in all my days, and I'm suspecting that we'll see even worse as the time draws to a close. So it behooves the people of Yahweh to really seek Yahweh, and to seek Yahweh in a manner where you calm down. We have to seek Yahweh like a diamond miner. They go into the diamond mines and they're drilling and blasting and searching out, but they're not making a lot of noise as they do it because they have to pay strict attention to how they're pulling the diamonds out of the mine. So we as the people of Yahweh have to search for our salvation and search for it in a way where we maintain a grip on ourselves. I've never in all my life seen people that are now in such a hurry to be prophets and seers and leaders and teachers and omit the fact that no one ever prepared them. You can meet people today and they'll come and sit in Bible study, and this spirit will take hold of them. And they are instantaneous teachers. That's the type of world we live in. We live in a world where information outside of the United States seems to indicate something so profound that CNN and ABC and Fox and others, they're meticulous enough to let it not filter down to you. I talked with a blind European American male yesterday. He said that he was a big fan of mine. I want to hear you hear this. He said he was a big fan of mine when I was on radio station WOLB. And I said to the man that I don't appreciate having fans. I'm going to be clear now. A fan is a short phrase for a fanatic. I don't need a fanatic following me. We're watching and waiting and we're walking with Yahshua. We are not fans of anything. We are not to be fanatics. But I listened to his voice and his speech pattern till it got on my nerves. And I respond appropriately. I don't give a damn who you are. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to hear you out. But when you get above yourself, you get out of line, you trust me. You can bet your last dollar on me and you're going to walk away winner. You can bet your last dollar Elf Johnson going to respond. But see, I'm not going to let the spirit of the devil ease up on me and start directing me, start teaching me, start guiding me, start giving me assignments. I ain't going for that. Yahweh has given me my assignment. And I don't give a damn who you are. You don't call me and tell me what you want me to go look up and look into and how you want me to fight and how you want me to get on things and then tell me how you want me to see the world when you're blind. And I had to let the man know. You always say that to us. You always tell us that the color of our skin don't matter. You don't see color. Sure you don't. Well, we that live in the world and we that carry a specific color, we try not to see it. But we suffer the weight and the consequences of those who rule society and those who make the rules see our color, and it irritates them. You want to fight? You go up against them. You don't send me to do your fighting. I ain't fighting for the Democratic Party. Damn them. I ain't fighting for the Republican Party. Damn them. I ain't fighting for the Independent Party. Damn them too. We are fighting for the children of Israel and for all those that strive to keep Yahweh's commandments. That's what we declare. You ain't coming to me telling me about no voting. I'll kick your voting machine over. You're not going to talk to me about it. You're not going to talk to me about your governors. I'll punch him in his face. You ain't going to talk to me about your mayor. I'll punch him too. And I said that literally. We're not afraid of these men. But it's interesting how those that are afraid, they always got the ultimate method for us to vote. You vote because you are afraid. I don't know about you, but if you serve in Yahweh, you don't have to vote because you've already been elected. The scripture says that we are his elect. I don't need to vote for you. I'm not putting you over me. That's why I don't answer to you. I was looking at the news the other day. I'm hurt, Yisrael, but I'm going to stay cool. I told y'all years ago about a fight that took place at the middle school I went to years ago. Young man was bullying the whole school till the baddest brother in the school, who was always humble. He was always meek. He didn't bother anybody. We knew he could fight. He had it. Till one day he just got tired of the brother. He saw it. He said what he was going to do to him. And instantaneously, he spread that around the school. He said he was going to get him as soon as school let out. I'm rolling with one with a spirit and a mind like that. Almighty Yahweh and his son Yahshua. I'm going to show you some things Yahshua said that most of the assemblies are overlooking. I'm looking out at social media. I only got on social media because people kept on saying, Elder Johnson, some of your research, some of the material, you need to put it on social media. You. Everybody in this room probably knows more about electronic devices, social media, videos, and all that. Everybody in the room probably knows more about it than I do. But as I got on it, I had to learn how it worked. I would always use a specific teaching style. I never went straight at the people, Yahweh, Yahshua. I'm careful how I throw things out, because I don't cast my pearl before the swine. Almost everybody out there is fighting the name of Yahweh in a very sophisticated manner. So I'm very careful how I do it. I would always post political, social, economic events, put that stuff on the page and show the people how the system is totally against you. Once you get people to see certain things naturally, then you can ease the spiritual things in on them, because then they begin to see how it all correlates and it ties in to Yahweh's word. That's always been the teaching style that I've used, because that's what Yahweh gave me. I watched the Jehovah's Witness day. Have you heard the word of God today? Oh, he was talking? I didn't hear it. What did he say? The Muslims, you know, nothing's changed. The Catholics. Now, this is interesting. The mother of harlots, in the mid stage of a supposed global pandemic, I'm watching how they talking for all the so-called religious institutions. Catholic Church is doing all the talking. It was on the news the other day. They were talking about it. But we're not going to open up no churches. We're not going to open up no house of worship. We're not going to open up anything until we're ready. We're going to go slow. And I said, look how they're speaking for everybody. The children of Israel are saying nothing. I said, look at this. And it's beautiful. Okay, we ain't saying nothing. We ain't saying nothing. But it's specific things that we do have to be doing. And we also have to be ready to stand and give our lives for the word of Yahweh if that's what it takes. But I ain't with all this marching and singing stuff. I ain't with that. And I will not lift my voice on any given day of the week to condemn the rioters in Minneapolis. I will not lift my voice to condemn them. These people are murdering people of Almighty Yah. And they always, well, he wouldn't have wanted this. He wouldn't have wanted that. If they kill me, don't you all ever stand up and say, he would want us to burn the damn place down. Get back at him. I would say it. And I'm being honest with it as I said. Don't play with them. Because, see, sometimes they tell you that you can only fight fire with fire. We don't know how to pray. We won't pray. You bring up prayer. I watch all the Egyptologists, buffoons, and clowns. All they talking about is Africa and Egypt. Yah says in Yeshaya chapter 30 that the strength of Egypt shall not help you. And the strength of Egypt is to sit still. Egypt don't care about no black folks in America. They don't care about who built no pyramids. Modern day Egypt ain't paying you no mind. You are here in modern Egypt. And your vote ain't freed you yet. Your marching, your grant taking has not freed you yet. So now we're mad because a police officer murdered George Floyd. Over $20, I believe they said it was. Counterfeit $20. passing $20, counterfeit $20. So it's all right to murder the man. I'm going to show y'all today. I'm going to show you how you get back at everybody that even think that what happened was just. I'm going to show you how you get with them. I'm going to show you how you do it nationally. You ain't got to get in the street and burn nothing. Those that getting out there and burn something, then fine, good. I'll do them like they do. They divide and conquer us. You going to let him talk to you like that? So now I'm saying, yeah, get with him. Yep, he talked about your mother. Get him. Get him. Do them like they do. You divide and conquer like, yes, I'm saying it. Stand down. Stay out of it. Let them fight it out. It's sick the way they've done us over the years. And they never want to reap what they've sown. It's always the same excuse all the time. You always want somebody to stop. But I went searching through American history. I've never seen where they went and marched and sang and protested peacefully on anything that they did not like. I've never seen even the faggots will go and burn something down if they don't like what's going on. Don't talk to me about that. Now, we always got to sing. I don't sing too well no more. We are sad as a people because the leadership won't even say anything. I've been watching. I'm going to say this to some of you all out there in social media. I've been watching the brothers. A lot of the Hebrew. I've been getting more friend requests from so-called Hebrew Israelites lately than ever before. Everybody want to be my friend all of a sudden. I saw Hebrew share something on his page where another Hebrew made a very nasty, negative, lying video about me. This Hebrew shared it on his page. But before I saw it, he sent me a friend request. I look, okay, yeah, Israelite. Oh, somebody serving Yahweh. Okay, fine. Later in the day, it comes up in the news thread. He got this video he shared of a Hebrew talking about me like a dog that he is. So I said, wait a minute. You sharing something about somebody that you've never met, but you sharing it like it's the truth, which means you're on board with it. So I went back, unfriended him, got rid of him, kept it moving. I went and blocked the person that made the video, went and blocked his daughter. That way we have no ties, no contact. You can't say I'm saying anything to you, looking for you, negotiating with you, talking with you. I have no respect for you. So then the brother's wife sends me a friend request. And I'm looking and saying, now I got rid of you, but now you want your wife over here because you need to see what I'm doing. I ain't doing nothing great. If y'all are with Yahweh and Yahweh's with you, go on with your life. So then I look up, and now here's a pastor he's associated with. Now he's sending a friend request. Then all these people. So I investigate stuff. I'm looking, see who's tied to who, who's with what, who's with who. See all this talking. Elder Johnson. I ain't nobody great. I am a lowly little child of Yahweh. I got men that have never kept the Shabbat trying to instruct me. Never been in the name. Never kept a single feast day. Never bent their knees to pray. Never guided their household. These demons are telling me how to run the house of Yahweh. Y'all don't see what's happening to us? We upset with them murdering somebody in the street. And it did hurt. It was hurtful to watch that video. But I'm going to do something today that I'm going to see if the ministers and y'all going to do this. I'm going to break some words down, some definitions of something. I'm going to show you how Yahweh's word so skillfully talks to us in every situation. And I'm going to compare what Yahweh's word says with what the law of the land going to do. Because you've seen this before. When Freddie Gray got murdered here in Baltimore. Interesting scenario. Scripture says you talk what you know, testify to that what you have seen. I was out there every day. That week, I told Yahweh, that week I had no work, nothing. I was off all week. I was out there every day. In every aspect of it, I saw everything that took place in the city. Teaching, talking to young people about the name, about Yahweh, about how to turn to Yahweh. I was out there. Hebrew Israelites all over the city. Preaching, teaching, cursing, doing everything they can. All week, I found none of them. The week of the riot here, none of them. I saw none of them. All the Hebrews here in this city, poor little brothers backed up off me, left me alone. I've been out here in this city for years. I got started as a community activist in October of 1988. Some of you all wasn't even born. 88. Myself, Brother Tim sitting back there, we went through this city, passed out tracts, literature, we lectured, we rented halls, we got community centers. We talked from one end of this city to the other. We brought the name of Yahweh to this city. I don't care what they say. Now everybody talking. Y'all was letting me to stand down. I have not commented on the death of George Floyd because all the young brothers, all the ministers, everybody with no experience is out in the front talking. You ain't built a single, you ain't built a matchbox. You ain't built a shoebox in the community. But everybody talking. Everybody know what to do. Spirit led me to stand down. And I posted it. I said, I'm going to stand down on this one because all the experts within experience are talking. So I stood down. I have not said a word. But I'm going to show you what's written in Yahweh's word. When Freddie Gray was murdered, the police officers were charged with third-degree murder. Third degree. Most of us ask one question. What the hell is third degree? That's what most of us ask. There are ways, degrees, and levels of killing. Killing is killing. But I'm going to show you the differences of what Yahweh said because you still got to be dealt with according to the law. Today's topic, watch this title on the channel. Watch this title catch a lot of people's attention. See, they'll go and view this because they want to see what I'm saying. So first of all, let me get this part out the way. This is a commercial. This is personal now. For those of you that side with it and think that it's right, you can always kill black people and it don't mean nothing to you. For those of you that's going to watch and that's how you think, straight out the gate, to hell with you. Let me get that out the way for you now. You get your own personal commercial. 5 seconds. To hell with you. That's how we deal with that. I'm going to show you all how you must pray nationally, how you must collectively lift up a cry. Something so interesting took place in my household this week. I hadn't seen the news. I hadn't heard. I do not know anything about it. I know when I saw the video clip, I was sitting on the bed. I was reading and looking at the news thread and watching the video clip on it. And the thing brought me to tears. And I began to pray. Sometimes you're thinking out loud. And I began to pray and I asked Abba Yahweh to move against these police nationwide that maliciously kill and murder anybody. Ask Yahweh, single them out and move against them nationwide. And about 60 seconds later, my wife turns the news on. And she says to me, I never looked up. She says, look at this. Yahweh must have heard your prayer. Breaking news. A police officer had got shot. It wasn't even 2 minutes. Now, was it? She said, breaking news. A Baltimore City police officer had got shot. I know him personally. Fairly decent brother. And the community began to immediately say, he's a good cop. He's a good one. He's a good one. He's a good one. And I began to pray again and ask Abba Yahweh to give me some understanding. Listen, y'all. You ever notice every time a police officer gets shot, that's what we say nationwide. They say, well, he was one of the good ones. He was always a good one. He was always a good one. Listen, Yisrael. If the system is corrupt and all the good ones are always getting shot, have you ever noticed that none of the super duper corrupt cops ever get shot? They only so much as catch a splinter. Have you ever noticed that? So I began to understand maybe Abba Yahweh is sending a signal to the so-called good ones that you're playing on the wrong team. You ever notice that? They never catch it. The most wicked. Derek Chauvin is responsible for the death of 3 people while in his custody. Did you all know that? The man is responsible for the death of at least 3 people in his custody and still on the force. But yet ain't never been shot. We don't see what's happening. Yahweh allows the wicked to continue on, and it look like their strength is building. And we look like all we can do is just beg and beg and beg. You can almost see why people don't believe in prayer, because it look like it ain't working, and it look like Yahweh ain't moving. But stop for a minute and say, well, are we moving in the direction that Yahweh would have us to be moving in? Because some of us, we ain't got to be super duper righteous. Yahweh counts our righteousness as he sees fit. You understand? He counts it as he sees fit. He told Abraham some things, and Abraham believed him. And it says that Abraham believed Yahweh, and he counted it unto him for righteousness. You feeling me? So sometimes that's the way Yahweh counts us. And we're not understanding how the wicked continue. The messenger of Yah says in Psalm 73, when he describes how the wicked are so prosperous, he says something to us. He says, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. But when I went into the sanctuary of Yahweh, then I understood their end. Psalm 73. That's what the man said. So in other words, when you go into the sanctuary of Yahweh and the messengers are preaching and teaching the law of Yahweh, the law should be connecting with every aspect that you see so that they make the word of Yahweh plain enough unto you so that you start to understand why these things are happening. Make sense? Preachers should be talking about. Don't keep skirting the issues. Some of the stuff you're going to find yourself right out on the front line. $20. George Floyd, killed by police for passing counterfeit money. Cursed are all those who believe that doctrine as being just. Left hand. Left hand. But y'all, we ask you in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach that just this mere $20, that it stand as a symbolism to all those who rise up against your people, for those who seek to kill, to maim, to murder, and to destroy for no righteous reason. We ask that in the name of Yahshua, all throughout America and the world believe that killing innocent people is just and fair, that every $20 they spend, curse their souls in the name of Yahshua HaMashiach. Curse them in the name of Yahshua. Hallelujah. Deacon Reggie, do me a favor. Take that. Pick it up with your left hand. Take it all the way to the curb. Just throw it in the curb. Just throw it in the curb. Whoever finds it, finds it. We're going to pray that that stands as a curse for all who simply believe in that type of doctrine. See, we forget. One brother was killed. Philando Castile was killed for being a licensed to carry firearms personnel. Licensed to carry and was killed for having it. What's the brother? Eric Garner was choked to death for selling illegal cigarettes. Now, here's one who probably didn't even know this one. I'm not going to make no excuses for George Floyd. He just probably didn't know whether it was a counterfeit 20 or not. But if anybody's seen the video, he was incarcerated. He was arrested. He was in cuffs already. He was looking fully cooperative. You had him in cuffs. He was up against the wall. How'd he get from the wall down? See, nobody fights once they're in handcuffs. It doesn't make any sense to start fighting once you're cuffed because you're already subdued. So now why does it take one police officer on your knees, another on your back, and a third with his knee directly on your neck, posing for the camera? Now you got to understand how you can shift body weight with some of the subtlest of ways. You can get on a scale and lean a certain way and shift your weight, and the scale will read a pound or two more or less, depending on how you do it. So now you're going to put your hand in your pocket and kneel even further. You're putting full body weight on a person's neck. That's intentional murder. We don't care what we say. It's intentional. Scripture says, whosoever sheds man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. Is that not what it says? And this is where it gets interesting. This is where it gets interesting. He died, but his blood was not literally shed. So we're going to go into the Hebraic definitive. I'm going to show you some stuff sitting in the book. And we're going to watch this today, and we're going to watch as the trial, whatever emerges, we're going to watch how it's played out. Because, see, as it's played out, it's going to get real interesting. Because you watch and see it. If they won't play it out according to the Hebraic definitions of things, all our Hebrew Israelite brothers, they need to shut the hell up sometime and wait on the direction of Abba Yahweh. Because, see, you got to know how to stand. Turn with me, Israel. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Let's go to the beginning. Let's go to the Bereshit. Genesis chapter 9. Do me a favor. I can already tell you, dear sisters, this was going to take me a moment. I'll notify you all just in the moment if you get ready to get up at least by 2. Do me the honor, at least by 2. If I'm going a little over, I'll let you all know. I'm going to show you all something. See, when we read the scriptures, or those of us that are sent to preach, to whom much is given, much is required, you're going to have to know a lot about a lot of things. You ain't never been in an attorney's office. And if you had, if that attorney talking to you about something, and just literally sounds like he don't know, whatever he going in there to fight for you on, trust me, you're going to lose. Because he's got to know his subject matter. You hear me? I had an automobile accident case years ago and I had to have an attorney to get on the case. And I watched the young man. I watched him slide across the room in a $2,000 chair, slide over to the books and pull the book down. And on the book, I went straight to the page. And I'm looking, saying to myself, there's 500 books on the wall. Every single one of them look exactly alike. So how will he know what to go to? But he did something interesting to build my confidence in him. He spun the book around to me. Because he could have been running a hustle. Just open the book and say something, blah, 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 act like that's what was in the book, shut it, put it back up. But he pulled it out. And he read it, and talked about it, and spun it around and let me see it for myself. So I said to myself, I understand what's written there is interesting, but what I don't understand is how you knew to just slide across the room in the chair and pull that book. Till I built my own library, then I understood how I did it. But point here, I was convinced. I said, that man knows his stuff. Because the company that had wrecked my vehicle and had hurt me, they wasn't trying to pay. So he started showing how he was going to get it and blah, 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 this, that, and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, whatever you do, just don't lie. I ain't got to lie. I ain't got to make myself no more injured or whatever than I am. Yeah. Here, we worry about that. They owe you this. They owe you that. They did this. They did that. This is the way we're going to fight them. This is the way the messengers of Yah have to fight. I'm going to show you all something in the scriptures that's so interesting. First of all, we know in scriptures it says there's a time and place for everything under the sun. There's a time to kill. It's even mentioned in the book. And I'm going to show you how a man in Israel had to go kill a man. He went to kill him. And he killed him in one of the most cruel and vicious manner. See, that's why I always say that the inexperienced. I told a young brother many years ago, I said, nah, we go out in the community and we as activists, we're just talking to people and different things. But you don't understand that preaching is warfare. So sometimes people put their hands on it. Sometimes people get offended. They don't like things. You don't want to take certain people with you. And I told the young man, I said, I don't take nobody with me that ain't even been in a good fist fight. I don't believe in that. Young man got offended by that. But it was the truth. I don't want you with me. You haven't been in even a good fist fight. Somebody jump on me. You ain't even want so much as go back and tell somebody, hey, something just happened. I need help. They're going to act like they wasn't there. People find out later. You see what I'm saying? No, I don't mess with people like that. You run on me one time. You turn your back on me one time. I'm done with you. The man of Yah had to kill a man because the man had offended the children of Israel in such a way that there was nothing else for that man to do but die. And Yahweh sent that man to kill that man. And by killing that one man, it brought 80 years peace to the children of Israel. 80 years. But because that man had been around, he tormented the children of Israel for 18 years. But when Yahweh got fed up with him, he sent a man to take him down. Now, let's just be honest. All across America, anybody can do anything to black people. They're fair game. We are fair game to them. In fact, as a civil rights attorney, after Johnny Cochran died, they pattern. Write this down. Pattern. When real leadership emerges, you'll know when America's getting ready to move against them. And you know how you know when America's getting ready to move against them? When real leadership emerges, America always gets ready to move against them. They'll assassinate them or they'll incarcerate them. You know how you'll know when they're getting ready to move against them? Because they will create a duplicate. Did you hear what I say? They'll create a duplicate. They'll create somebody that's doing everything that legitimate leader does. But this person will be false. They'll be phony. Okay? You hear what I'm saying? Thank you. Somebody hollered it out. Jesse Jackson. In case the people at home didn't hear you holler out Farrakhan. I just want y'all to understand. This is how it's been done. They create a false leader that has to do exactly what you did so that in the event you're destroyed now, the false one can step up and they have the same exact credentials. Are you hearing me? I'm just throwing that out there because I've experienced that even of late. I'm just letting you all know. I'm just throwing it out there. I've studied the CIA. I've studied the FBI. I've studied the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marine. I paid attention to all of them. I have material in my library just like they have it. I got intelligence files on you all just like you do. And every now and then I pull it out. And I'm not afraid or ashamed to say it. Y'all would give it to me. So I don't have a problem telling it. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Genesis 9:1. And Yahweh blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Did I give y'all the topic of this message, the title? I said the title gonna catch people. They'll be on the channel looking at this. They'll be sharing this. I don't care. The title is Yahweh's law against violence pertains to all nations. ... Even white races. You got me? Yahweh's law against violence pertains to all nations, even white races. And we're going to get into this because I'm going to show you. You got to reap what you sow, America. You got to reap what you sow. And Elohim blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast upon the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. You hear that? Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat unto you. Even as the green herb have I given you all things. Now I won't have time to explain all that because that verse don't mean what everybody would think that it means. Anyway, but in fact, let's explain something right now. There's something so beautiful about the scripture that most people understand, that most people, pardon me, don't understand. The scripture ain't talking to the whole world, contrary to what they think. It is a book that is talking to Yahweh's people, and the whole world is to be taught by Yahweh's people out of that book or out of the scripture. But it ain't talking to everybody like everybody keeps claiming it is, because if it was, then everybody would be feeling a little different about it than what they're feeling, and we'll all be on a greater accord than we are. So the scripture speaks and or uses words sometimes idiomatically. You're saying, I don't want to sound like I'm using big words or anything. Idiomatically, you must understand the idiom. Idiom is a pattern of thought and speech that's known specifically among a culture, okay? If a mechanic says to you, give me 3/8 socket wrench, in the idiom that he's speaking, now he's talking to a dishwasher. Give you a who or what? 3/8 socket? What? Man, I don't know nothing about that. He might hand him a bottle of Joy dishwashing liquid because he doesn't understand the idiom. Scripture speaks to Yah's people in a specific idiom. And though we have gone into captivity and our language has been taken from us, there is a spiritual connection there whereby specific things in Yah's word. This is why black folk don't give up on the Bible. Not all of us. See, there's always a connection there because some of us can feel the idiom. The young boys in the street, yeah, you better not be in the neighborhood you shouldn't be in, and they don't know you or don't know who you are. Because if young blood say to you, what's cracking? You better know what to say. Because if you say the wrong thing and the wrong facial expression pop up, you could be a dead man. You hear me? So when we understand the idiom, then we catch on to specific things. The translators of the scriptures did not understand. We were going into captivity. We were being sold and destroyed, and they had to grab some of us from time to time. Remember what the book of Isaiah says, that the word of Yahweh is given unto one who is well learned. And they say, read this, I pray thee. He said, I can't read it, for it is sealed. And they deliver a book unto one who is not learned. And they say, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot read it, for I am not learned. So it ain't given to everyone. And this is why Yah says in Isaiah 59:21, and my word that I put in your mouth shall not depart out of your mouth, nor out of the mouth of your seed, nor out of the mouth of your seed forever. So then it's in you. It's in your DNA. Even when you see it in the English language, you spiritually are drawn to that. You can relate to that. Do you understand, Yisrael? This is why white folks sometimes hate us. Little man called me and said, he wanted to let me know he don't care about the color of our skin. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, dear friend. I hear you very well. But I hear your speech patterns trying to push me and boss me and put me out in front of a fight that ain't even my fight. You fighting with them on that level, fight with them. We done fighting in the streets and begging now. We patient now. We waiting on Yahweh. You ever see somebody done something so terrible they deserve to get it, and they don't get it right when you want them, even though you know they deserve Yahweh's judgment, and he's merciful, he let them keep right on going. That don't mean they've gotten away. Old folks say, yeah, you might get far, but you didn't get by. That's what old folk used to say. So sometimes people keep doing the thing and look like they winning. You got to be patient now. Because when y'all would come down and get up at him, he ain't backing up off of him. Ain't gonna be no, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to get you. No, 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 no. Y'all says, I will visit the iniquities of the fathers upon the children. So he's gonna make these nations pay. Right now, we paying, and we still refuse to believe we are paying. So you must understand the idiom of how the book is speaking. Because if you don't understand it, you get lost on something. I want you to hear this. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, you shall not eat. Remember, when you're eating your meats and things, cleanse them properly. Don't eat no meat with no blood. Don't be like the people go in the restaurant. Give me a steak. Make mine rare. Rare is straight out the field, out the farm. Catch the animal. You go up and bite him. That's rare. Genghis Khan ran all across the places of China and all that region over there. They were so wild that they didn't have time to stop and eat. As a band of hundreds of thousands of marauders, they would bite the neck of their horses and suck the blood as they kept riding for days. That's rare. You hear me? Read their history. The Great Wall of China got built to stop them from coming in. They say you could smell them over 1,000 miles away. You stinking some kind of bad. Somebody can smell you over 1,000 miles away. Hey, look, y'all, they come and hurry up and get this section of the wall up. We ain't got time to deal with them. You are horrible. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it. Now, watch some smart Alex say, well, beasts ain't got no hand. Yes, you do. If you come in it, yes, you do. I'll leave that for those that like to fight and debate the word. He says, at the hand of every beast will I require it. Meaning, if an animal kill you, that animal gotta die. See how Yahweh cares about the life of what he made? And at the hand of every man, of every man's brother, will I require the life of man. You cannot kill and then expect to keep your life. You hear what I'm saying? You cannot kill and expect to keep your life. Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahweh made he man. And you shall be fruitful and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply in it. See how Yahweh blessed the very gift of life? Well, now you got people out here killing intentionally. Every time society, what did I say? Get ready to kill somebody, they always create a replacement. Johnny Cochran was throwing down. You got to give him credit for whatever it was he was doing. Johnny Cochran didn't fear things even though he played by their rules. But Johnny Cochran was doing stuff that was a little too great, so he sophisticatedly died. Aneurysm, on operate tape, all this other stupid stuff. Anyway, you get the point. So then you come up with a man who now get all the high-profile cases all throughout America, Mr. Crump. So it's interesting how these civil rights attorneys, they always get all these high-profile cases, and they want people to go to jail or prison for murders and all this other stuff. But if you all are checking the pattern, Johnny Cochran gone, here's the replacement, but you get all these high-profile cases, you lose the cases, but you get paid big. You understanding what I'm saying? You lose the cases, but you get paid big. It's sort of like what the ACLU does. Now, the ACLU always come out and fight on the issue, and they always lose. But all their funding come through the government. But I'm fighting for you, brother. But I'm going to, you understand what I'm saying? Well, because when it's over with, they say, well, at least we tried. Ain't that how it works? That's the pattern nationwide. Okay, so Johnny gone. But now here's Crump with a book called Open Season. Interesting book. Legalized genocide of colored people. Now, we might not like Crump. A lot of people going at Crump and some of them other high profile. It's always a handful to get these high profile cases. He worked on Trayvon Martin murder case. There's a couple other cases he worked on. But he says something interesting in the book. You ain't got to read that deep in the book. Here's what he says. In Open Season, award-winning attorney Ben Crump exposes a heinous truth. Whether with a bullet or lengthy prison sentence, America is killing black people and justifying it legally. While some deaths make headlines, most of personal tragedies suffer within families and communities. Worse, these killings are done one person at a time, so as to not raise alarm. While it is much more difficult to justify killing many people at once, in dramatic fashion, the result is the same: genocide. You hearing me? Genocide was a term that was created to identify the murder of the Jewish community first. It didn't even apply to us. Go back and read them articles of how it all got established. It didn't even apply to us, although it supposedly means the mass killing of an entire genetic grouping. Okay, so now you got to apply the word to us because you're just so open with it. Taking on such high-profile cases as Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and a host of others, Trump has witnessed the disparities within America's legal system firsthand and learned it is dangerous to be a black man in America. No kidding. And that the justice system indeed only protects wealthy white men. No kidding. Okay, I won't knock the book down. Anybody running by it, you buy it, whatever the case may be. The book is $26.99. Got one more favorable for you. White Men on Race: Power, Privilege, and the Shaping of Cultural Consciousness. This old one. Joe Fagan and Eileen O'Brien. I like these two little white people. And that's not disrespecting other white people, but I like these two little white people because they forced the hand of white America by saying stuff that everybody ain't saying. But what I find interesting for those that would look through this is something that they mentioned on page 12. And I tried to explain this to the caller who was blind and can't see the world the way I see it, but sees it the way he want to see it, and therefore want me to see it like he see it. See, chances of us walking down the street side by side, they're not going to say, hey, stop that blind man. He's trying to rob that black man. But the chance of them say, hey, that black man's got that blind man walking, he's robbing him, and I go to jail or worse. If you can't see that, we don't need to be talking. Anyway, I ain't going to disrespect the little man, but I'm saying what I'm saying. I want you to hear how two white people with open, honest dialogue on the issues of race have said something to white people, because white people, a lot of times, some are genuine. They're very small and few in between. Some are very genuine. You're going to have to acknowledge that. But now, white people have this dialogue, and they called it the sincere fictions about race. Don't you hear this? They called it the sincere fiction. In other words, white people make up a situation that they think is fair when they say it, but it's actually fictional. They really do believe it. Well, America is fair for everybody. There's truth and justice in the American way. Everybody can get a chance. Come on, that garbage. You espousing some fiction, but you sincerely believe it, even though it's wrong, or even though it's a flat out lie. Okay. They say, for white people, this racial awareness represents an individualized manifestation of the collective racial ideology long dominant in this society. This reality means that there is a dominant societal framework of racialized knowledge in the United States that extends well beyond individual people and local groups. You hear that? So all of them agree, and they know that there is white privilege, and they know that it extends beyond specific people and groups. But you got to hear what they say to the white people that believe this. Over many generations, elite groups of white men, much like our respondents, have played an important role in the creation or maintenance of the societal framework. There you have it. So if it's okay to shoot and kill black people in the street, at least we got to pin down on the source. They say for generations, elite groups of white men, like our respondents, have played an important role in the creation of or maintenance of societal framework. Now, survey. How many of you all in here know white people that you might think are honest and well-intentioned? But tell the truth. Are they or are they not working class whites that have also somehow, some way experienced the rough side of the society to a point and a degree where they can practically identify with what you're going through, because being poorer and white and having to work a little harder, they ain't elitist, so then they're not privy to a lot of it. So now they feel somewhat what you're feeling. Am I making any sense? You ever felt them like that? And a lot of them can relate to what we go through because they're going through some of it too. You got to hear what the author says. Periodically, some in the upper classes have worked to undermine aspects of the dominant racial ideology, but the majority, in any given historical era, have accepted at least certain important aspects of it. Generally, The racial imagery or discourse generated by ordinary whites becomes societally important only when it is incorporated into the umbrella ideology by influential white men. Y'all need me to read that again? In other words, white people say, oh, the society is this, that, and other, but they don't even pay you poor white folks no mind until you all are on to something that suddenly they can use to further their agenda. Then they accept what you're saying. So then even you too, as poor whites, start believing in the system a little more because now your frame of reference becomes the frame of reference of the elite. Is the statement making sense now? Let's read the statement again. Generally, the racial imagery or discourse generated by ordinary whites becomes societally important only when it is incorporated into the umbrella ideology by influential white men. Make better sense now? So in other words, what they saying and thinking ain't even important until it's of value to the white men that rule society. And that's interesting. See, now you see why white folks could back up Black Lives Matter. They could back it up because it was a homosexual movement. It effeminized the male, and it just destroyed a lot of what you thought you were standing for. So they could relate to it. Hey, we could use them. Get them in there. Yeah, you know what? Give them some money. And it happened. Who the founders of Black Lives Matter? No, he's not the founder. Anybody know the founders? See? Yeah, three little lesbian black women. See how she said she was tired of seeing black men being shot down by police and killed in the street. Point one, why she founded it. Point two, she said she was tired of seeing male dominated leadership. So the idea was to, quote, queer up the black movement. Queer it up. What does queer it up mean? Put the strange, the sexually deviant, the lesbians, the gay, put them in the black movement and wiggle them to the forefront of it. So again, see how something so deviant gets incorporated into the white ideology? Yes, dear brother. Exactly, while killing the original founders, Darren Seals and others that were really standing up against police brutality. Ain't it funny? All of them just died mysteriously in automobiles, gunshots to the head, cars burned while the bodies were in it, and all of this stuff. Come on, while one of the last encounters they had was with the police, and the police told them, you damn well better pick your enemies carefully when you step up to fight. That's why I said at the opening is, if anything ever happened to me, don't go marching and begging and pleading for me. Get with them. See, we don't know how to fight sometimes. Do me a favor. Wait a minute. You may not have to do it. See, we don't know how to fight back sometimes. We so scared of stuff. See, you ever notice when a crime happens, our news media, they'll come to your house? The media come there looking for an interview and all this other stuff. They want to talk to you. They show right up at your house. Give me a copy. Do me a favor. In my briefcase is my tablet. In the outer zip. The little short outer zip. Let me show y'all something. This is how you fight back. See, a crime happened. Your little son, JoJo Boo Boo, he can go do something wrong. You ain't know nothing about it as a parent. You done raised and did the best you could. Before you can get home, the media at your front door knocking, and they'll film it, and they'll show them, we went to this home looking for an interview, but no one responded. You ever seen them do that? They look your address up. They go to your house. You see what I'm saying? They want to comment. You say, well, how y'all know where I live? You find it? So now they show up at your door. But you go to Target, burn it down. You go to the gas station, burn it down. But the killer don't live at Target. You understand what I'm saying? Where's the black intelligence community? We're the ones that we have that operate on a scale that could really bring some justice, that could really ameliorate some of the pain that we as a community go through. I'm going to show you how you ameliorate some pain. See, we think we know stuff sometimes. Sometimes we don't know what we think we know. Bingo. Anybody in America that want an interview, that's fine by me. Derek Chauvin and Kelly Chauvin live at 7517 17th Street, North Oakdale, Minnesota. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. There you have it. George Floyd ain't got no family members that's just that mad that they want to ride or die for the brother. But now, let George has smacked the sugar honey iced tea out of Boo Boo. Boo Boo boys would have rode for him. And George wouldn't have made it through the night. And he wouldn't be a household name in America. See how backward thinking we are? See, here in Baltimore, we had problems with different people, elected officials. We had problems with them. And ain't no going down on City Hall protesting you. You got a front lawn. We'll come to your house. See, it costs money when you got to put a SWAT team out there to protect somebody's house. You make the city spend $2 million, and now you mad with somebody. You come to their house. See, a person come to your house to fight you. They telling you, I'm bad. I had enough of you. See what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. Because, see, Yahweh sent the man of the children of Israel. He had to go to a man's house. He went to the man's house. And he wasn't marching. He wasn't singing. But, oh, wait till I get to the details of how he killed him. I guarantee I'm gonna make every one of you cringe in here and that's home listening, because this is sitting right in the Bible, and I guarantee you ain't never read this story, and yet you read this story, and yet you ain't paid it no attention, and yet you think you paid it attention. So now Yah says, whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. According to the Hebraic definition or the dictionary of things, in your dictionaries, word 8210, the word shafak. Shafak, it means to spill forth blood. Okay, this is you stick a knife in somebody's neck, it hit the jugular, now he's bleeding. You intentionally killed him. You have now officially shed his blood, because now the blood has been poured out. Okay, to shed, and the definition says to spill forth blood. And I wrote a own note to myself. It's used as an idiom here to refer to the violent loss of life, especially of innocent blood. When Yahweh uses it, and he used that same word, to shed, as in to pour out, like a drink off, literally pour out. Now, you know you ain't pouring nobody's blood out, stand, put it in the pitcher, and then, man, I poured his blood out in the street. No, when you shot him or stabbed him, you poured his blood out. So Yah uses the word, whosoever sheddeth man's blood. Cain shed Abel's blood. He bust his head with that rock. He literally shed his blood. He didn't L him out. He didn't choke him out. He literally shed the man's blood. The blood is the life of the thing. Right? Yahweh said that the blood went into the earth and it cried out against him. This is how serious life is. Because, see, we forget man was never intended to die. That's how serious Yahweh takes. Let me slow it down. Man was never intended to die. He told him, when you touch that tree and you eat thereof, you shall surely die. He said, quote, in the day you eat it, you shall surely die. He allowed the man 900 and some years. Remember, scripture says, a day with Yahweh is as 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is as one day, as if it is past. So Adam never completed his day. He said, in the day that you touch it, you shall surely die. Am I making sense? So Adam didn't complete his day, and no man ever lived a complete day. You get that? Methuselah lived longer than anybody, 969 years. He did not complete a full day in the earth, according to Yahweh's timing of the. You understand? This is how great eternity is. Anytime 1,000 years is the equivalent of a day. Wow. You hearing me? Yahweh tells the children of Israel that the day of Yahweh is a day of clouds and thick darkness and gloominess and no light in it, right? Without bragging or boasting, I always say to us as Israel, no matter how many people are listening to us, no matter how big we get, the phrase is simple. Yahshua is greater. You hear me? That's why I never let people praise me and uplift me. No, we're going to throw it right back at Yahshua, because he's worthy of that honor. He's been given a name above every name. Yesterday, 5:14 a.m., I lay down and I go to sleep. I told y'all I always lay down and I sleep peacefully. I just sleep on through the night. I wake up in the morning. Sometimes I always have the alarm clock set, but I always seem to wake up a moment or two before it goes off. Always the case. Anyway, nowhere to go. Wake up at 5:14. and I was dreaming. But as I sat up on the bed and put my feet down on the floor, I could not remember the dream. It's 5:14 a.m. So I say, well, while I'm up, let me go to the restroom and I'm going to come on back and lay down for an hour or so. I'm going to see if I can get back into that dream, pick up where I left off. I don't know why we do that as humans. We think that when we wake up from a dream that we pause the TV or something. We seem to think we can go back and get right in. Now, don't rule it out. Because if it's important, y'all can do that. But I'm just saying, you ever had a dream, you try to get back into it, trying to see what was what? So I forgot the dream. But as I sat back down on the bed, as I came back from the bathroom, I sat down. Yahweh brought the dream to my attention. In the dream, I was walking with what looked like thousands of people. We were in a line. We were all going one way. And I was just looking at all these people in front of me and people beside me. And I turned around and I looked at the people behind me and I started walking backward, just looking at everybody. Walking backward. Now, y'all visualize this with me. So as I'm backing up, I see these clouds above my head. Everything is black and dark. Just like the clouds have been all week or two. But there was this mist and like sawdust in the air. Now I'm backing up. There are thousands in front of me, thousands behind me. I told Yahweh, I can't take no credit, say I'm some great leader. I'm leading. Nope, because I was in the middle like everybody else. Hallelujah. So as I look back, I saw a little baby, about baby girl's age, about Milani's age, a little toddler, just stepped out the line and walking a little bit. And you see her mother step over and guide her right back in line. And as you look at the line, you realize how perfect the formation of the people were. They weren't marching like soldiers. They were just walking. They were going someplace. But as I kept looking at the people and I'm walking back with myself and looking, I saw an elderly man, an old man, no salt and pepper hair. His hair was straight salt. Walking with a cane. And he slightly stepped out of the line. And I thought I saw a Hebrew brother, tall Israelite brother, just grab the old man by the shoulders and gently guide him right back in line. I said, wow, look at us. But I noticed that dark cloud and that mist and that dust in the air as it came over all of us that were walking. Then it dropped down about this high off the ground, just enough to catch anybody walking in it from the knees up. And to my left, as I'm backing up, which means it was to the people's right, to my left were hundreds of thousands of people walking the other way. And that mist came over and it dropped down and it went that way. But it never touched us. And as I lay back down, try to go back to sleep, maybe get an hour or half hour. I didn't wake up until 8:30, which is late for me. I woke up at 8:30. I didn't get back into the dream, but I had another dream. And in the dream, I was praising Yahweh because I kept saying, told Yahweh for your blessing to the children of Israel, for you have protected your people from this coronavirus. Now I was asleep, but I thought I was sitting up on the bed thanking Yahweh. But as I kept saying, told Yahweh, thank you, Yahweh, you have delivered us. Then it dawned on me, you laying here asleep. I tell you this dream for a reason. We all need the power of Yahweh. We need the Ruach upon us. The world calls it the Holy Spirit. We need that. Because the scripture says that sometimes we are in distress in ways where when the Ruach is upon us, as a Ruach and the Spirit in us, it cries out to Yahweh on our behalf with groanings and utterings, that words that cannot be uttered. Sometimes we don't even know how to pray as we ought to pray. And as I was telling my Isha about the dream, I thought to myself, I said, I told her Yahweh because it didn't look like I'm trying to be some great man. I was in line too. We all have to be in line. I pray that Yahweh continue to protect us. As he gave me more and more understanding of it, I thought to myself, that's you. That's you at home. That's you, the viewers. That's you that are striving. Now we know some of the people on the channel ain't right. We won't even argue with them. But you that are sincere, that sincerely seek Yahweh's word at my mouth or the mouth of any messenger anywhere, you that are striving, stay in the straight and narrow path. Those people were walking. It looked like we were about 8 or 9 people wide. Single, just straight line. I have never seen nothing so beautiful in all my days. I just told Yahweh for that. Why did I tell y'all that? Because if Yahweh's able to do that and we don't see it, imagine what else he's doing for us that we just don't see. This is why I always tell the children of Israel, calm down. What are you all excited for? What are you all up in arms about? You cannot bring the kingdom in no faster than it's coming. And more importantly, you don't want to go rushing to bring it in, because as it comes in, it's got to get worse for everybody in this earth, in this lifetime. Right now, the clouds are just brewing. They haven't burst forth with the rains of Yahweh yet. So we want to make it home. The name of Yahweh is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right now, you just want to make it home. Calm down. Why rush to a good meal? Just wolf your food down. You didn't even taste it. You just wolfed it down. Didn't even chew, right? Now, somewhere along the way, indigestion gonna set in, right? Sickness, something. You may even throw it back up. But you rushed through it so you didn't taste none of the seasoning, anything. Take your time in Yahweh. Run to him. But when you get there, calm down. Because you got to get the instruction that he wants you to get. Am I making any sense? That's what Israel's got to do. Everybody right now rushing to be a leader. Everybody rushing to be a prophet. Everybody rushing to tell something. And always watching that when the pressure comes, we shut the hell up. Because see, ain't nobody said nothing about this killing. Just like ain't nobody said nothing about shutting the world down. We're not downplaying the virus. But I am asking, where's the faith of Israel? Now everybody online now. Everybody running service now. Everybody want to preach online now. Everybody want that imaginary audience. Yeah, well, how you going to wash them imaginary feet when the Passover comes around? How you going to anoint the imaginary people that's listening online? How you going to do it? Some of this stuff has to be done physically. But if the devil busts up your power and your strength, what can you say? Whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. Okay? Shafak. Shaphak. Shafak. It means just that, to shed forth blood, which is exactly what they've done. Okay? Write that word down because it's going to come up again. You're going to need that word in your dictionary in comparison to something else. Let's go to Exodus 21. See, our people are guilty now of not knowing Yahweh's word because, see, even when stuff happens sometimes, some families, they don't know how to pray as they ought to pray. So then those of us that do know how to pray, now you got to pray like you are commanded to pray in Yahweh's word. Every prayer ain't always no blessing for your enemy. Don't come to me with that. Keep on blessing somebody that hate you. That's not Yahweh's will like that. That's a trick of the devil. Because see, if they hate Yahweh, like King Dawid said, do not I hate them that hate you. He said, yeah, I hate them with a perfect hatred. How you going to keep loving and honoring and respecting those that hate Yahweh when their whole way of life is to tear down all that Yahweh has instituted? How you going to love them and then love Yahweh? So somewhere along the line, you draw the line. Even if you don't do no more than just say, I ain't with that. That's what I had to tell the little blind man. Well, look, I don't believe in that. I'm not with that. I ain't into all this activism and other stuff now. I am for Yahweh's people. I am teaching the truth. Black, brown, red, yellow, and white. And if we ain't teaching that, all this other stuff will come to nothing. All of a sudden, he switched teams real quick. Yeah, well, I believe that. And this, that, and other. But no. You trying to send me on an assignment that will satisfy you. I don't work for you. There were some students at Morgan State University years ago. They called me based on my research skills and some other things. I worked on a prominent murder case here in Baltimore. They said it was a suicide. We looked at it, myself and Brother Darren Muhammad, and we did a thorough investigation, and we draw a conclusion that it was a murder. I don't know nobody that ever shot shot themselves twice in the head by committing suicide. I don't know nobody that ever done it. Twice in the head. Anyway, they called on me for a research project, and I was trying to price it. I said, well, I'm not going to do this for free. It costs this and that and the other to do this and to do that and blah, 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 blah. I said, but truth be told, I really don't want to work on it. You all can't afford what I'm going to have you pay me to work on it. Oh, we got you. Oh, we this, we that, now just send us your bill. I said, well, I'm going to give you an estimated bill before I get started as a consultant on a big project for them. Wasn't trying to be greedy. Based upon the work and the line of work that I do, I said $65 an hour, which cut what I should have been charging them in half. And they didn't even want to pay that. That's how people have done the messengers of Yahweh. They want to use you, abuse you, put you out front, make you do all the hard work, do this, then, and they come in and receive the glory. Well, the real glory comes in all of us simply obeying Yahweh. What I'm being led to do for Yahweh's people, I do it for free. And people send offering and donations here to help us. We've done things here. Brothers and sisters have donated materials that we then pack up. I got a list this week. We got to get stuff out to different people in the name. Torahs and different things have been sent. People blessed us here to bless other people. We told Yahweh for that, to help us, help others. That's all we doing. And you look and realize we can do it for free. We don't charge nobody. But our people in the world, as Deacon Reggie mentioned last night, that's us. We always want that free stuff. Now I'm going to give y'all something free. Right in Yahweh's word, because you're going to have to learn how to pray in America, because this killing ain't going to be the only one. You're going to see more, and the worst is yet to come. Exodus 21:12. Listen to these words. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall be surely put to death. Now notice now, the word changes. He that smiteth a man. Those of you that's got concordances and dictionary, just write this down. You can look it up later and see if I'm lying. He that smiteth a man. Smiteth. 52:21. Smited. That word is nakar. I'm going to give the phonetic spelling of N-A-K-A-W. N-A-W-K-A-W. Nakar. Or how they have it spelled there, N-A-K-A-H. Nakar. He that nakar a man, so that he muth, that he die. M-U-W-T-H. So that he die. Shall surely be put to death. Now, keep these definitions in mind. I've given you shed blood, and I've given you smite. Now, George Floyd, his blood wasn't shed, neither was he smitten, but he still died. So now, one is a first-degree murder, another is a second-degree murder. Let's get into a third. I want you to see where they pulled this from, because I'm telling y'all, they pulled it from the scripture, and they're going to pull a serious technicality, and they're going to pull it by using Yahweh's law. You mean to tell me no Hebrew Israelite minister nowhere in America sees this enough to stand up and say, hey, everybody, go into prayer against this before they pull this stunt off, because they're going to use Yahweh's law to exonerate themselves. You hear me? Little people in Minneapolis went to the police station first. Then they went to the house second. See, by the time they got to the house, the police was there guarding and surrounding the house. Okay, so they couldn't do much. They went there little too late. You understand what I'm saying? Yahweh has something in the law so interesting. Yahweh created for the children of Israel 6 cities of refuge. 6 cities. In the event you killed somebody, but you sincerely did not intend to kill the person's family member do not like, no, you killed my child. You did that on purpose. Now they want to get with you. Yahweh's law speaks of that. So that is not unnatural. You hearing what I'm saying? It's not unnatural to feel a certain way about you causing the death of a loved one. It's not unnatural. I'm going to tell you when it gets unnatural. It gets unnatural when white people do it to us. Because we always get into court suddenly, we learn forgiveness. Tell me I'm lying. Not picking on white people, I'm just telling the truth. I ain't picking on y'all because I didn't put you in this situation. But think about it. Bochum Jean got killed in his own house. Got killed in his own house. And the woman said, I thought I was in my house. Now, brother, ain't no way I can be in your house and think I'm in my own house. Ain't no way I can be in your house and swear I thought I was in my own house. I saw him walking past my TV. in his house and got hugged by the judge and was given the Bible. Ah, you need to sit up in jail and read this. Yahweh's law is so beautiful. And I'm gonna get into this. Why, sisters, just bear with me, because this gonna be a minute to take this and break this down. How many words we got? Sheddeth, right? Shaphat, that's the word, right? Smiteth, nakar, am I correct? To die, muth. Now, to smite means to strike or to beat. Am I correct? You strike somehow, you beat some, you wound. Wait a minute. Let's watch this. I bet people didn't know this happened to this brother. Let's go to the book of Job real quick, chapter 16. I got to show you things that lead up to murder, things that happen sometime in life. People don't pay this stuff no attention. Let me show you what happens sometimes, why Yahweh's messages use specific words in the context that they used them. Yahweh's words was in the mouths of his messengers, and they spoke the way he commanded them to speak. Listen to Job complain. But he's complaining to Yahweh. He ain't just crying out, woofing and running his mouth. Listen to Job. Then Job answered and said, I've heard many such things. Miserable comforters are you all. In other words, Job in deep trouble, and all the people that come there and pretend to be his friend and talk to him and comfort him. He said, man, y'all talking to me like I ain't nothing, or like I'm just straight out sinning. You all are terrible when it comes to me needing comfort and you bringing it. Shall vain words have an end? Or what emboldeneth thee that thou answerest? I could speak as you do, if your soul were in my soul's place. I could heap up words against you and shake my head at you, but I would strengthen you with my mouth, and the moving of my lips should assuage your grief. To assuage means now to you ease, you bring comfort to a person in a situation of grief. The way you speak to them now, you carefully encourage them and bring them a little comfort. You see what I'm saying? Job is saying, if I were in your position, I'd be careful how I talk to you. Now, see, white folk, they always got something smart to say. When the young brother got shot by the white father and son with the shotgun, they said, thank you for protecting white America, for this, that, and other. They laughed at it. They found it funny. White America is famous for that when we get killed by them. When we kill one of them, they want national notoriety. They want the death penalty. Wait a minute. Don't give him the death penalty. Let's get the chair. Let's take the chair to his house. Let's hang him. Let's cut his balls off. Yeah, I said that. Because that's how you all have done us. You've pickled us. You put private parts in jars and put it on the counters where your babies could mock us. And Jimmy Swaggart ain't never said a damn thing about it. Joel Osteen ain't never said nothing. Who else? Oh, fat John Hagee. They ain't said a word. Now, here's a man suffering from Yahweh. But I want you to hear what happened to him. Though I speak, my grief is not assuaged. And though I forbear, what am I eased? But now he hath made me weary, and you have made desolate all my company. In other words, now y'all come here like a friend, and it's almost like I'm sitting here alone. You have filled me with wrinkles, which is a witness against me, and my leanness rises up in me and beareth witness to my face. Sometimes sickness and things can break you down so bad you don't feel like eating. You get sick, you lose weight, and it takes a toll on you. Any type of real serious health issue brings a physical deterioration. This is what Job says. He teareth me in his wrath, who hateth me. He gnasheth upon me with his teeth. Mine enemy sharpeneth his eyes upon me. They have gaped upon me with their mouth. They have smitten me upon my cheek reproachfully. You hear what Job said? They have smitten me. There's that word, smite. What did I say it means? To strike, to beat, to even wound. Why is Job saying this? Yahweh have delivered me into the hand of the unrighteous and turned me over into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he had broken me asunder. He hath also taken me by my neck. Look what the killer did to the brother. He took him by his neck. Are y'all paying attention to this? Now, how is this sitting in the Bible all of a sudden now? What, this wasn't in the book? This just jumped in the book last week after the brother's ear was cut off by way of his neck? Here Job complaining about the same thing. He had taken me by my neck and shaken me to pieces and set me up for his mark. Now look, a cougar and some of them other animals out in the wilderness, they'll chase a deer or an antelope down. What's the first thing they do when they get ready to kill it? They hold it by the neck and they stay right there until it suffocates. You hearing me? So this was an intentional murder. But his blood wasn't shed, neither was he smitten. Are you listening? Job said, he have taken me by my neck. His archers compassed me round about. Wait a minute. Wasn't the man completely encased? Police officer on his back and one on his leg by his knees. And one standing there, fat-faced Asian bastard, supervising it. How you going to get in a court of law and say, these men have done no harm? Y'all hearing me? His archers compass me round about. He cleaveth my reins asunder and doth not spare. The poor man was crying, saying he couldn't breathe. He says, I'm in pain. Everything is hurting. I need some water. Help me. Mama, help me. I'm getting ready to die. Now, I'm supposed to respect men like that. Hear a man pleading for his life. Get him up off the ground. Take him to jail. Instead, you kill him before the world and you pose for the camera while you're doing it. And this doesn't enrage nobody. So I'm supposed to condemn the people in Minneapolis because they protested, and the more they thought about it, the angrier they got, and they burned the damn police station down. No, Derek Chauvin, I pray that y'all will keep you alive. I'm going to tell you all why. Because now your face is the epitome of your whole city having gone up in flames because of what you did. May white folks come to hate you because of what you did. Sometimes death immediately thereafter ain't quite good enough. Sometimes the torment and the pain and the pressure of Yahweh got to be put upon people that they might know that they are men. See, now you got to flee your home. Now you can't stay there now. You need bigger protection. So they decide to put you in jail. Every brother in the jail should bust you down till they get a hold of you. Because that's how you done black men. Wife out and filing for divorce? Because you probably know. Stephen King had an old silly movie. What's the movie called? Troubled Marriage. Troubled Marriage. The man was a killer the whole time. Serial killer. She didn't even know. She found out the man was a serial killer and the thing hurt him, broke it down so bad. It was so true to life. I said, look at that. Now your wife getting up out of there and want a divorce because she probably know you done murdered people before. So Job says here, describing the whole thing, smitten, being choked, and tearing to pieces, set up for a mark. I said to you all, I don't know what message it was on the channel, but I said it before. I said one thing about a lot of these police killings and different things. Sometimes when they agree to get somebody, it can be routine traffic stop. Whatever. If they have made an agreement they're going to kill somebody tonight, you just happen to be the one. No matter how minor it is, I'm telling you what I have learned. I've had brothers that were on the force that quit, that have told me secret things that go down. One brother told us he was recruited for an assassination squad. Told us that. So when these things happen, Yahweh allows it. And though it may hurt us and break us all down, we got to hold on because these things are coming their way. Let's get into this. Let's break this down because I want y'all to see this now. Because these words that I'm breaking down today are going to come back up. And they may not come up in the Hebraic language, but they're going to come up in this court case because you're going to see how they're going to work it now so that certain things happen. Okay, Yisrael? Exodus 21. Let's go back to it. There's some deep stuff in Yahweh's word. And if the ministers will really seek Yahweh and pull this stuff out, this is teaching the law. This is how you teach the people. Verse 13. And if any man lie not in wait, but Yahweh deliver him into his hand, then I will appoint thee a place whither he shall flee. You hear that? Now, a man wasn't lying in wait, but a man just happened to get killed by accident. Yahweh says, okay, now I'm going to appoint a place for you to go. Now you got to run because the family going to get with you. But you're going on trial. We're not going to extradite you. You're going on trial. And whatever the judgment there of the priests in that city, you got to abide by it all the days of your life. I'm going to show you how beautiful Yahweh's law is. But because Israel wouldn't apply the law when we were in our own land, now we scatter among the heathens, begging the heathens to apply justice in a law that ain't never knew justice. You hear me? But if a man come presumptuously by his neighbor to slay him with guile, thou shalt take him from mine altar that he may die. See, don't you go killing somebody suspiciously now. You plotting it out, planning it out, then you kill him, then go run into the city, the refuge. Nah, pull him from my altar. Take him and kill him. That's Yahweh's law. He that stealeth a man and selleth him. Now, ain't that what they did to us? Stole us, kidnapped us, and sold us. We are stolen property here. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. America, y'all got it coming because you had man in your possession for 400 some odd years. We are here. You stole us and you sold us, and we still being sold. You think you ain't for sale? Did you go apply for a job? Didn't you fill out an application? You were selling your services. You hear me? All of us, we have sold our services. Scripture uses that word. It don't mean sold in slavery and in captivity all the time. Scripture tell you now when a man has an employee and he beat his employee, he says, be careful with it because he is his money. Don't mean now that's your money, that's your slave, you bought him. That ain't even the context that y'all will use it in if you look these words up. See, work with a company, one bricklayer when I got there. And the man said, quote, yeah, I keep him around. I like him. He's pretty good. I've trained him over the years. That's my horse. That's my workhorse. That's my money. I never forgot that. And it made perfect sense. He's the man out there doing all the work. That's his money. You understand the concept of it? So Yahweh says the same thing. I'll get to it. And I'll show you how he was making judgment laws even for employment. But our people don't look at this. They don't say nothing about it. He that smiteth his father or his mother shall be surely put to death. I was talking to some people last week. They were telling a story about a man I know. Man wanted to be played with. Gunslinger. Modern day gunslinger. Another man had beat his mother up and beat up his wife. And they say the man was sitting there drinking, playing solitaire, smoking a cigarette, gun on the table. And they were telling him the story about the man beat his mother up and his wife. And the man said, and ain't none of y'all do nothing to him? What kind of man are y'all? Wow. Kept on playing solitaire. Took a drink. 5 minutes later, they said the man walked in the pool hall. And the man said, hey, man, what's happening, man? We were just talking about you. It's funny you would come in the door. Pop, pop. That's for your mother and your wife. Now, he didn't kill him, but he shot him. This happened here in Baltimore over 40 years ago. Shot him. And the owner of the pool hall went up to him and said, look, we're going to set you outside and call an ambulance for you because I don't want this to be associated with this pool hall. You understand that? Let me read the verse again. He that smiteth his father's mother shall be surely put to death. Now, he just hit his mother. And the man, that was his thing. Don't disrespect elderly people or children. It would always set him off. And yet he was a hoodlum. He had principles. All our brothers say they got so much principle. You so strong, you so tough, you so bad. You can't even grab your children. And the neighbors said, now we're going to stop this crime stuff. We're going to work together. We're going to do some stuff. You got empty lots everywhere. You could take that land, work that land, grow so much corn and vegetables and stuff, raise so much stuff. You be feeding one of you, have so many different jobs. You ain't got time to stand on the corner, sell no dope, robbing and stealing. Or even if you were passing bad $20 bills, you'd have so much going on right now, you wouldn't have time for that. We ain't taking charge of nothing. But now everybody talking about, I would have been there, I would have did this, I would have did. You don't know how you would have reacted. Sometimes you're in certain situation, you don't know how your adrenaline function. You don't know how your brain cells put you in positions or what have you. You don't know how. He that curses father or mother shall surely be put to death. And if men strive together and one another with a stone or with his fist, that he die not, but he keepeth his bed. If he rise again and walk abroad upon his stair, then he that smote him shall be quit. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and he shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. Most states have a criminal compensation law. If you have a job at a time in a city, you get robbed and shot or something like that, there is a criminal compensation law where you can file certain papers and get like something equivalent to unemployment. The criminal compensation law. The state does pay it. Where did America get the idea to do something like that if they didn't steal it right here out of Yahweh's word? So the word of Yahweh covers so much ground, sometimes our messages, they always ain't got enough time to say it, to go over it. If a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall be surely punished. You hear that? This is somebody working for you. I worked with an old man years ago. Mr. Brown was so funny. Concrete man. Willie J. Brown. He would tell people all the time, get over there. I said, Mr. Brown, what the J stand for? He said, J just stand for just shut up. Do what I say. And we used to always laugh at that. Just laugh all the time at that. He hit the young brother one time. Didn't hit him to hurt him. He just whacked him with some, didn't I tell you, get up, get over there and do that? So this is the context in which I was using this verse in, okay? He said, surely be punished. Now, you hit him that he died, Yahweh said you're going to be punished. Notwithstanding, if he continue a day or two, he should not be punished, for he is his money. You see that? In other words, that's between you and your man there. Nah, you take care of him properly. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follows. I want y'all to hear this now. 6:11. No mischief follow. He shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. And if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. You see that? Notice carefully how Yahweh uses the word assown, mischief. A-S-O-W-N, assown, is close to chajon, or iniquity. You hear this? Real close now, because some of these Hebraic words have roots in other words. So now, you didn't shed the man's blood. You didn't smite the man, but you murdered the man in mischief, assown. Used in the masculine sense. This is the Hebraic word used in the masculine sense now, meaning now this is something that a man will be thinking to do. Y'all hearing this? Masculine sense, meaning mischievous, evil, hurtful, intentionally damaging. You hear me now? You intended to kill the man because you stayed on his neck for 7 minutes. Y'all understand this? This is how they going to throw down with a 3rd-degree murder. This is how they going to do it. They study your book better than you do. Mischievous. And he looked right mischievous. If you looked at his face, he didn't give a damn. He looked like he intended to do it. So now the wicked coroner come out with the report and say their favorite term of 2020. I don't even know where they learned these terms. Their favorite term of 2020, underlying health condition. Okay, I agree with that. It wasn't underlying health condition. He was underlying a racist dog's knee. That created the health condition. He could not breathe. He's breathing before y'all pulled up on the scene. He's breathing when he passed the $20 bill. He's breathing when he ate his breakfast that morning. He was breathing well enough to beg and plead for his life. Now you get a bunch of jurors, a bunch of dumb jurors, or you stack the jury with a couple police, couple pro-Republicans or some other stuff. You stack the jury with the right people, you'll get an acquittal. It's just that simple. Which speaks to America. We all need to learn how to live justly. Okay? I got a $1,000 fine that eventually I'm going to have to pay. $1,000 fine right here in the state of Maryland, because I never showed up for jury duty. Keep on sending me stuff, letters about jury duty. I've been throwing them away for years. So finally they sent me a bill telling me I got a $1,000 fine. Well, you get paid when I feel like paying you. And I'm not lying to you all. I'm not sitting on no jury in no unjust court system where I got to judge people when the judges lie, the lawyers lie, the police lie. Now you expect me to come in and make a sound judgment in the name of Yahweh. No, I stand on the Torah of Yahweh. I don't love your money that much, so it does not matter. Your picture ain't on the money. Your picture ain't on the money. Your picture ain't on your picture. So ain't nobody on the money that I favor. So it doesn't matter if I have to make the money and then give it to you. That's you on it. That's you and your people. That's what you love. So if I got to give it to you, then it's yours. Okay, fine. There you have it. You can't have my soul. That belongs to Yahshua. So I ain't worried about giving up the paper. It's 1,000 pieces of paper. It's 10 $100 bills. It's 20 $50 bills, right? I think that's how it goes. You can tell I don't have much money. Anyway, but whatever the case may be, that's what it is. So you get paid. After you get paid, you'll send me the notification next year. We want you to sit on the jury duty. And I'm going to pay you like I pay you all the time. I have this special bin where I pay all my bills that I know don't mean nothing to me. It's called the trash can. I put it right in the trash can and just pay it no mind. See, a lot of y'all scared of this society. You scared of their system. You are fully cooperative. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel in Yahshua. You hear what I'm saying? So I ain't cooperating. You ain't sticking me. You ain't vaccinating me. You ain't doing. What do I have in this lifetime that's personal to me? See, we're being dominated by the devil. Even to a point where he tell you, look, we have a virus that we don't know how to cure in a hospital medically. I'm going to y'all hear this now. We don't know how to cure it medically, but we're going to get a vaccine for it. Wait a minute. How you going? You can't cure the people that come in the hospital, but you're going to come up with a vaccine to stop me, supposedly, from catching it. Now, is that making any sense? So what do I have in this earth that's just mine, where I can say, nah, according to them, nothing. And this time around, you loving white folks that feel like your ancestors did no wrong, God bless America, all that other stupid stuff, y'all gonna cry too. So right now, we quiet. We laid back. We watching. Some of us not only buying up toilet paper, we buying up tissues too, because sometimes we might have to hand you a cleaner. Here, wipe your eyes, keep it moving. Because it's coming now. They not playing with nobody, but choking people out, killing people. Trump said they doing it individually, one at a time. And we still ain't catching it. Still are not catching it. So remember now, the word said, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. See, Martin King started that stupid stuff because Martin King didn't know the law. He just knew this was in the book. He didn't read how it is to be applied. Martin King said, if we apply eye for an eye, everybody in the kingdom be walking around with one eye. That's stupid. You were a Morehouse graduate, and that was stupid. These things were there in the law of Yahweh as a deterrent. Don't go poking nobody's eye out if you don't want your eye out. Okay, two people in the community's eyes are poked out. Well, what happened? Well, he poked his eye out, and they made a judgment that he need his eye poked out. Okay, now boom, that scared everybody else in the community. Okay, well, I won't be poking nobody's eye out. You understand? It was a deterrent. Don't do it if you don't want it done to you. So Derek Chauvin needs to be put down on the ground. Two people on his back and one on his neck. Do the same damn thing to him and let the one with their neck, with their knee on his neck, look into the camera saying, this is Yahweh's will. Our Hebrew brothers talk a lot. You ain't got no heart. You ain't got enough heart to carry it like that. I hear the little young brothers talking all the time about weapons and gunplay and all this other stuff. That's outside your experience, bro. Shut up. You've been in daycare for 29 years. Your mama took care of you and everybody else. You ain't been out in no street. You don't know the sound of gunplay. You don't know what it's like when hot bullets are coming at you or burrowing into your skin. Shut the hell up, because that ain't nothing to be calling for if you ain't willing to die for it. I kid you not. We got too many brothers in skinny jeans and t-shirts talking tough with no military experience. Do you realize that even a lot of the brothers in the Sacred Name that's got military experience don't talk about stuff like this? They don't even bring it up. Let me real quick. Let me jump ahead of myself. Because I know enough, bro. They do. They got military experience, and they ain't tough like that. Let me get this. We're gonna get this in today. I'm not gonna do a part 2 to this. Turn with me, Israel. Let's go to the book of the Judges, chapter 3. Sometime I can hold this stuff in here as a cliffhanger the way the Spirit lead me to do it. I'll hold it as a cliffhanger and make you sit still for 2-3 weeks waiting on it. Nah, Spirit say go now. So I'm gonna jump ahead of myself. I love this little man. I love some of the messages of Yahweh that had heart. Because see, that's what it takes. See, if you notice today, everybody like preaching, everybody like that part where they warning and look like a prophet, where they get to wear the nice suit and the tie and stand up there. They can even have little shiny shoes. Everybody like that. But when it's time to put them boots on and get that dagger, well, me and my wife are making cornbread today. I really can't go to battle today because we're baking cookies. Nah, get tough. The battle up on you now. The battle has come to your front door. Oh, by the way, hey, man, what about that verse in the scriptures where Yahshua said, hey, man, look, check this out. I got to die, and I got to be received up into heaven. But after I'm gone, you're going to need to protect yourself. What about that verse? I like that verse in the book. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Where's that at? I never read that. I'll find it for you. I think I need to find it for you, okay? Judges 3:12. And the children of Israel did evil again. Notice the careful use of the word again in the sight of Yahweh. And Yahweh strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel because they had done evil in the sight of Yahweh. And he gathered them unto the children of Ammon and Amalek and went and smote Israel and possessed the city of palm trees. Isn't that something? Y'all missed that. Anyway, and possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Israel served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. You hear that? They were in captivity. 18 years. But when the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh, listen now, cried unto Yahweh, Yahweh raised them up a deliverer, Ehud. Now notice the verse. Circle these words. Yahweh raised them up a deliverer, Ehud, the son of Gerah, a Benjamite, a man left-handed. And by him, the children of Israel sent a present to Eglon, the king of Moab. This is such a beautiful story. Now watch somebody that's screaming, say, y'all make me sick. You always go in and find stuff like that. I can't stand it. Let me hit this like button. It's all right. Y'all were raised up men, and they have some guts. They have some heart. But Ehud made him a dagger, which had 2 edges of a cubit length. How long is a cubit? 18 inches. I want you to hear this dagger that he had. He made a dagger with 2 edges. So that's a 2-edged sword, huh? 18 inches. And he girded under his raiment upon his right thigh. That's like this. He had his clothes on, put it up under. It was right here. He was left-handed. You hear me? It wasn't a butter knife. And he brought the present unto Eglon, king of Moab. And Eglon was a very fat man. You fat dog. You hear me? A very fat man. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bare the present. Okay, well, y'all give me a gift. I'll go on. But he himself tarried again from the quarries that were from Gilgal and said, I have a secret errand unto you, O king. Who said, keep quiet. And all that stood by him went out from him. And Ehud came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, which he had for himself alone. In other words, he had a little rest room. He going back, just chill in his little room, lay back, whatever the case may be. Just, he chill. He the king. And Ehud said, I have a message from Yahweh unto you. And he rose out of his seat. And Ehud put forth his left hand and took the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into his belly. Y'all saying, hold on, because this gets into, let me break this down. Y'all thought Jehu was bad. And the haft also went in after the blade and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out of him. Y'all ain't heard nothing yet, because I want you to understand what the dirt was. See, he pooped himself because of where he stuck the dagger. Now, if you all got, depending on what kind of scriptures you got, some scriptures have a footnote in it, and you go back to the original translations, it says here in some of the translations that he stuck it in unto his belly, and it came out at his fundament. What is the fundament? Fundament is your butt. You hear me? So he stuck a knife in the man so deep that it came out his backside, right out his butt cheeks. That was the dirt that came out. You understand? You start looking at stuff up in the Hebraic, it go beyond King James. This is graphic. Yahweh sent this man to take him down. He had gone too damn far. You see? Where them warriors at now? All them Hebrews on the corner fussing and arguing. There you have it, brothers. I'm giving you something now. Then Ehud went forth through the porch and shut the doors of the parlor upon him and locked them. And when he had gone out, his servants came. And when they saw that, behold, the doors of the parlor were locked, they said, surely he's rested. He covered his feet in the summer chamber. So in other words, now he didn't lay back, pulled covers up over himself. He's sleeping. He's taking a nap. And they tarried till they were ashamed. And behold, he opened not the doors of the parlor. Therefore, they took a key and opened them. And behold, their Lord was fallen down, dead upon the earth. And Ehud escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped unto Syria. And it came to pass, when he was come, that he blew the shofar in the mountain of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mount, and he in front of them. And he said unto them, follow after me, for Yahweh hath delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of Jordan toward Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over. And they slew of Moab at that time about 10,000 men, all of them lusty. What does that mean? Fat. A nation of fat bastards, because they were robbing, they were oppressing, they were stealing from Israel, so they were just cowardly, eating up everything. Can you imagine that? An obese person running up on you, gonna bully you, gonna do what they want to do. If we eat according to Yahweh's dietary law, it keeps us in a perfect physique and a position. We are healthy because we are working people. We got so much to do. You ain't got time for some of that stuff that's going on, okay? So now he says all of them were fat men, men of valor, and they escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest for 80 years. Peace for 40 years, because Yahweh raised up one man to take down another wicked man. Tell me it ain't in the book, where sometimes people do stuff to you and they're worthy of death. See, these brothers, they ain't got the heart they think they got. Years ago, I turned 40 years old. I was too old for this then. 40 years old, my 40th birthday. Right out here in Baltimore City, in the streets of Baltimore, I'm out here fighting with these youngsters. I had a son, he was a juvenile. He was 15 years old. The young brother was muscled out. He was thick. And the neighborhood drug dealer was picking on him, kept on bothering him, calling him black and ugly. He kept picking on him, but he couldn't beat him. Robert would lift them weights. He could fight, but he couldn't beat him. So he kept picking on him, And a couple of times I talked to the young man. I said, come on, man, with this nonsense, man. Don't keep on picking on him. Leave him alone. He ain't bothering you. Leave him alone. I do what I want. I don't need that old fatherly dialogue conversation. And I remember the last thing I said to him. I said, well, I tell you what. You keep it up. Because if I ever have to come back around here, the next time you see me, I ain't going to be playing. Those words were prophetic. Because when I had to go see the young man, when my son called me and told me he chased him down with a 4,000-pound weapon, a car, he tried to run him over, I had enough. So I prayed. I asked Yahweh to be with me. I got to go out and go to war because this ain't going to stop no other way. And I prayed that Yahweh be with me. And I got my sons together and we held prayer in a prayer circle. And we went out after. And the day I hit that neighborhood and young blood looked up and realized the old man was right. He ain't to be played with. You know what happened? That very street corner where they used to sell all their dope and tease and bother people and pester the elderly, that corner has been clean ever since. And that's been well over 15 years ago. It brought peace to the neighborhood because it scared all the drug dealers. And we didn't go around there to pray. I hated to do that, but I had no alternative. And there come a time, just like Yahweh's word said, there's a time and place for everything under the sun. People think you mean because you are prepared for war. Nah, David said in the Psalm, he says, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. Yahweh did not tell Israel just be a cowardly nation. He did not tell them that. Neither did Yahshua. And because we as a people don't understand the power of Yahweh's word, we always go around and just teach people that we're supposed to just pray, pray, pray. Yahshua told them, you watch my back while I go pray. They fell asleep. They were his swordsmen. They fell asleep while he went to pray. He went to get permission and the blessing, and they were supposed to be watching. They were tired and they fell asleep. But let's go see what Yahshua said before he ascended. Because see, we scared. How y'all feeling? Y'all want me to stop? I can shut this down now. People don't understand things Yahshua was saying. Explain this to me. This is Luke 23:35. 22:35. Explain this to me if I'm wrong. And he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lack ye anything? And they said nothing. Then he said unto them, but now, notice now, the time has changed. He says, but now, he that hath the purse, let him take it. And likewise his scrip. And he that hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. He was saying to you, okay, look, I got to leave you. Now that I got to go, I want you to understand something. Until a set period of time, you're going to have to at least be able to protect yourself. Are you hearing me? He knew he was going to ascend up. You were still here in earth. That's the law that you have the right to defend yourself. Only in America do they tell you, you need a registered firearm. The way police be buying and selling and trading guns among themselves. Registered? Really? So let me see if I got this straight. You coming to kill me. But I'm going to fill out a form and tell you what kind of weapon I got. Where they do that at? You coming to get me. And you coming by unjust means. And I'm going to tell you what I got. How about I tell you what I got when you get there? How about you find out what I got when you get there? Come personally to find out what it is. You find out when you get there. For I say unto you that it is written, must ye yet be accomplished. That which is written must yet be accomplished in me. And he was reckoned among the transgressors. For the things concerning me have an end. And they said unto him, Hamashiach, behold, here are 2 swords. And he said unto them, it is enough. In other words, at least you have them. Even if everybody didn't have it, he said, okay, that's enough. Why did he tell them to get the sword? Do you think they were going to cut bread for the next Passover supper? See, we don't understand stuff. We think we're so damn smart. He told them, okay, it's written of me now. He was reckoned among the transgressors, for the things concerning me now have come to an end. Okay, I got to go to my Father. But you are going to need to protect yourself. Show me anywhere in the history of the children of Israel where they were commanded by Yahweh, sit around and let everybody do everything. Show me any example anywhere in the Bible where Yahweh told, sit around and let them kill you. Show me that. We keep thinking that the meek shall inherit the earth. That has nothing to do with self-defense. That meekness, we all should require the meekness of Yahweh. That is the honest to goodness truth in Yahweh's word. But some things require self-defense. Look at the Christian churches, how they was bragging before pandemic broke out. Remember they showed them churches sitting up in the church armed with all kind of AK-47s and all this different stuff. Didn't the man come in the church and cut out and the deacon took him down, one shot to the head? Bah! Or did y'all forget that already? In the church, he dropped him because the man came in and had the shotgun drawn on one of the other men. Oh, y'all forgot that video? Y'all forgot a whole bunch of stuff. Watch this. Here's something you forgot. See if I can remember something for y'all real quick. We forget so much stuff. Who is Muhammad Noor? Muhammad Noor. Anybody remember Muhammad Noor? Muhammad Noor. Noor. You don't remember him? Nor do you remember the event that happened? See, you cheating. You've been around me too much. See, people at home didn't hear. Mr. Johnson jumped up and said correctly, that's the police officer that shot the white woman in Minnesota. Same place they going off in now, right? Okay. Let's see if I got this straight. Muhammad Noor was a Minnesota police officer in Hennepin County in 2019. He was given 12 and a half years for accidentally shooting and killing a white woman. The district attorney said he should not have acted on fear. He should also better assess the situation before firing his weapon. Derek Chauvin, 19-year vet with the Minnesota Police Department in Hennepin County, had over 12 complaints with no disciplinary action, put his knee on a black man's neck for 7 minutes, ultimately killing him. The whole murder was filmed, yet the DA stated there is not enough evidence to arrest him or the other officers. Same police force, same exact county. Tell me Yahweh ain't working? Tell me Yahweh ain't working? See, that's how I get in trouble, y'all. As an investigative journalist, I keep stuff stored or in my mind, or I keep them little photos. I keep that stuff. See, that's why a lot of times they be mad with me. Y'all still want to fight me? You still need me? You think you need me now? That's how they do me. They diss me, steal my research. They lie, act like Yahweh revealed it to them. They got a message for me. They got to tell me stuff. They got the whole... oh, please. I got a new trick for people now. When I don't feel like talking and I know it's them on the phone, I don't feel like talking, I always answer the phone. I got a new code for them. I'm telling all y'all. So if you hear it, I answer the phone. I don't say good afternoon. Don't say shalom. And then I say, go ahead. That's code for, I know you can make get on my nerve. Had to do it the other day. I saw the number of the little man. Give me get on my nerve. I didn't even greet him. I just said, go ahead. That's code for, I know the BS is coming. See, I always ask people, look, at least identify yourself. I talk to so many different people. People sitting around, they get my number. Oh, I'm going to text out. Let me send them this. Let me send them that. If I read it and there's no name, Shalom Elder, this is so-and-so and so. I'm a listener on the channel, this, that, and that. At least identify yourself. I need to know who I'm talking to. Because I know my life in danger just like everybody else. So at least give me the courtesy and tell me who you are. So I read it. I'm like, I don't even know who it is. Okay, put it right back in the clip. Some days people talk my ear off so much sometimes on so much different stuff. I'm just bold enough to tell everybody right now. My phone be ringing and jumping so much sometimes when I come home and I put it on the charger, I don't look at it till the next day. Because I can't possibly talk to everybody. I'm serving now in the capacity that Yahweh Baruch me to serve. I'm trying to instruct Israel, trying to prepare them, trying to teach them, trying to tell them. I know I ain't the only one. I don't look at other ministers' videos. I don't follow nobody on YouTube. I ain't paying attention to nobody. I'm trying to listen to the voice of Yahweh. This is what I have learned that people do now. The new thing, they may not even be cognizant of it. These are spirits. This is how the evil spirit works. Hold him up. Talk to him. Give him a dumb conversation for 45 minutes. See, we could have so much on our mind as a people. Something might jump off. I might remember you in an event. I might remember something you went through. And Yahweh might bring it across my mind that as I'm praying for myself or somebody on this, then you might come. I might be standing there talking to 10 of y'all at the same time, hearing everybody, but I might zone out and thinking about something and just meditating on it and praying. Now here comes somebody with this stupid conversation. Hey, man, I wanted to talk to you about something. So I'm like, yeah, bro, what it is? Well, I was thinking about something. The horses at Pimlico, they go around the track. and it go pretty fast and it be running. And I was thinking to myself, how do they calculate horsepower? And if they calculate horsepower, how do we put the milk in the cheese and make the cheese in the butter? And why do we get the gas that goes in? And I'm like, this is an evil spirit sent just long enough to distract. You make a conversation with a point that has no point from beginning to end. And now people starting to think I'm rude because I'm at this phase in life now where I shut that garbage down. Get to your point. Because sometimes Yahweh might have you focused on something so intense. I went somewhere the other day at a mechanic spot talking to the mechanics about getting some repairs on the truck. And the elder mother from Chicago calls me. And in the mechanic shop, the TV was blaring loud enough, so I really couldn't hear her. But the elder mother was telling me about the state that she was in. She just simply said, I have nobody here but you all. You, the family there, and the family online. And that touched me so much so that even the man at the shop, y'all would let him hit that mute button, the man on the phone. So then I could hear the elder mother. And I remembered to remember her in prayer. Because a lot of us are out there like that. A lot of us have nobody. They have no shepherd. So then the shepherd should make certain, y'all would please be with me so that I do not fail in my duty to serve your people. It ain't me. I'm not Yahshua. But be with us so that we don't fail. And when Yahweh showed me all of those people walking the other day, because I'm praying, you praying, she praying, he praying, they praying, we praying, he's hearing it. That's all it was. Yahweh was showing it. And all I could do was just total Yahweh for it. And I never gave the dream a second thought till I was going down the road to do some other work. And I told it Yahweh for it. So then I stopped down Brother Tim's shop the other day. And I sit down, talk to the brother there and listening to him. And sit in the guest waiting room. And the brother said, yeah, I came in here, man, and you was asleep. I said, but you look so at peace, I just shut the door. He said, somebody out here wanted to talk to you. But I stopped him. I said, nah, let him rest. And the irony was, that was what I needed. Some rest. Because all of this stuff was so heavy on my mind, looking up, realizing children of Israel are not prepared for what we're about to go through. Because the messengers are not stressing enough to us. Listen, y'all, this is that moment where now we got to be quiet. We got to treat this like military, like we're in battle. They said, don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes. And let them get up close. This is right now, Yahweh's people. It's time to calm down now. Take this thing serious. Because it's up on us now. Wasting time and talking to people that ain't trying to walk this way of life or what have you. It come a time. Spirit will lead you. Keep praying and Yahweh will lead you all. You'll know when to cut off, even from family and friends. Though you love them, you cannot save everybody. Yahweh had some honorable men in Jerusalem, and they couldn't save nobody but their own souls. So then after a while, you can't keep on being stuck worrying about whether or not a family member going to do this, that, and other. I got children that I'll pound the word of Yahweh in. But all at the same time, I face a very horrendous reality. If you are destroyed, it ain't because I didn't tell you. You are destroyed because of a conscious decision to ignore Yahweh. That's terrible to have to face that. But it is also better to face that than to keep trying to save that which Yahweh might not want. Am I making sense? We're in trouble right now. Everybody's upset right now over the police officer killing the young man. Then lift up a cry against them. Cry out nationwide. I did it. What do I have to do it now? Father Yahweh, please hear our cry. Have mercy upon us. Give your people, the children of Israel, a national sign. Wicked men that seek to murder, to kill, and to maim for no reason. We ask that you turn it upon their households. Kill their children. Bring down their wives and their sons and daughters. Send it nationwide in a sign where they will know that somebody prayed. and that you were pleased with their prayer. Please write in all real and true Yisrael. Some of us, Abba Yahweh, that are not even in our right mind. We ask that you shake us in our right mind or shake us loose from you. Some don't want to obey, but some want to teach. Some want to preach and have never kept a single commandment. Father Yahweh, we ask that you go against the leaders of this nation as they go against us, from the president down to the lowest man on the totem pole. Fight them, Abba Yahweh, as they fight us. And encourage your people when they see these things happen. Hallelujah. We stand around here scared of these people. You know, some of these people, I don't even pay these people no mind, man. Some of them, I don't even give them a second thought. I spoke to a black police officer in 7-Eleven early in the week. Very honorable brother, Officer Yancey. Young brother, man. You talk with him, man. He's a very pleasant person to talk to. And I didn't disrespect the other two. They were 6, 7 feet apart. I greeted the officer and said, "Hey, brother, how you doing? Good to see you again." Said, "Hey, brother Johnson, good to see you." And he gave me some dap, or fist bump, as we call it. Little white man says, "If you're going to honor one, you honor all." I said, "I honor Yahshua. And as far as you, who the hell are you?" And the man just froze. Because I don't think nobody ever talked to him like that. That's what I said. I honor Yahweh and his son Yahshua. Who the hell are you? I don't play with people. I don't. They don't give us a chance to honor people based on just being human. They kill us straight out the gate. And they do it, I'm telling you all, they do it because you are Yahweh's people and you will not turn. So Yahweh has turned them as a weapon against us. That's all it is. He's turned them. I only wish the brother's last words and last prayer could have been in Yahweh's name, because then something more powerful would have happened than that. We sitting out here now, man. We're sitting ducks. We're stuck. The nations, look, Zechariah 14. In fact, I'm not even going to quote it. Zechariah 14, verses 13 and 14. Yahweh says that in that day it should come to pass that the children of Israel and the children of Judah, they shall fight at the battle of Armageddon. He says, and the silver and the gold round about shall be gathered together. They're going to fight. Shalvin, they say, is Jewish, isn't he? Same people that claiming to be children of Israel, ain't they the same people that are the children of Edom, saying they Yahweh's people and you are nobody? Let me see if I got this straight. What did Edom do to make Yahweh hate them so bad? Because see, Edom got it coming too. Let me see if I got this straight. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Yahudah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman. And they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people. Yes, right here. Sound like they're going to fight to me? Now, what that sound like, y'all? Voter registration drive there? He said, I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people. See, you all don't understand how Edom function. Edom got stuff to defend them as a nation. Y'all ain't got, who you got, boo-boo? Mook, mook, Pookie with the broke gun and 2 bullets in it? That's your defense? We say turn to Yahweh, you don't even believe in that. They got stuff. This is the way the Jewish community works. Now tell me I'm lying. When you talking and preaching and teaching, they come out against Khalid Muhammad. Something happened. First came out the ADL, Anti-Defamation League. Don't you be talking about it. Don't you keep on running your mouth. Don't you this, don't you that. Once they warn you and say what they say, the ADL back up off of you because it's the next wing coming. The JDL. That's the Jewish Defense League. And this is where all the murders and all the other stuff happened. Go back and look up Irv Rubin and all them other little gangsters that was there. That's all they do. Go around and murder when something ain't going their damn way. Who you got? Mook Mook with the AK-47 and don't know how to use it? We talk too damn much. We ain't ready for these people. But yet Yahweh's word says you are so great, you have no idea that when he put his spirit upon you and you stand up upon your feet, he said you'll stand and be an exceeding great army. Exceeding great? And people don't want you to wake up. Come on. Caleb was 85 years old. Caleb standing there talking to a young man. Hey, young blood, check this out. Today my birthday. I'm 85 years old. If a war break out right now, I can go out to the war, do battle, and come back home and eat my dinner. How about you, youngster? That's what the old man said to him. 85 years old. Man, you got brothers today 45. Sup, G? Tell me I'm lying. War down. Drugs and everything, give them drugs, just break their body down, bend them all over, soften up their bones, knock the teeth out their mouth, give them everything. You scared to go to Bible study. Let me see if I got this straight. I said this to two people the other day. I know they got offended, but I didn't mean to offend them, but it's just the truth. So sometimes you speak the truth, then you don't worry about what a person feels. So I know this man, he's a drunkard, and the woman, she's a drunkard, the drug addict, we for smoker, what have you. And as I'm coming through, they got their little mask on. So it occurred to me. And as it occurred, it blurred, or blurted, however. So I said, damn, look at y'all. So now y'all done used every drug in the world. You done survived shooting, stabbings, and karate chop. Now y'all scared of a virus. Wow. Brother said, well, I'm just testing mine. I ain't saying no more. So now you scared to go to Bible study, but the homeless out every day ain't dropped from corona yet. Drug dealers, Baltimore's busiest corner, they saying it's North Pennsylvania. They've been out every day since the man shut the city down. Said, go in the house. They've been running shop 24/7 and ain't dropped. You scared to go to Bible study. Talking about revolution. Revolution? You ain't even turning the wheels on a Matchbox car. You ain't even flipping a Hot Wheel. Revolution. We need to be quiet. We need to turn to Yahweh. All the Hebrews now, I'm getting all these Facebook friend requests. Nah. Y'all left me alone. You left me out there fighting and talking to the city. When they wanted to jump on me, when they wanted to beat me, when they wanted to fight me, we did have an elder. Elder Owens came from Washington, D.C., older than myself, and stood there with his back to my back. The rest of them young brothers scared to death. Oh, I can't make it. Elder was there. A man in Yahweh. I done had brothers run on me hanging, but yet Yahweh sent them. I done had nutcases. They gonna teach and preach and prophesy. Can't even breathe. Gonna teach and preach and prophesy. Can't even put the damn marijuana down. And Yahweh sent you to talk to somebody. Y'all don't play with me. I'll smack the taste out your mouth. This ain't no game here. We dying out here because we're not obeying Yahweh. We're dying. Deuteronomy 5:17. I think he says, thou shalt not kill. I already know I'm going to be over a little bit, dear sisters, by 2 o'clock. What time y'all usually go to prepare? About 2:15? Give it 2:10. Y'all give it 2:10. That gives me additional 20 minutes. I'll be ready. Dear family at home, bear with me on this. You won't want to miss this. Let's see if we can get this thing together here. Oh, man, I tell you. Deuteronomy 5:17. What does it say? Thou shalt not kill? Is that what that say? Thou shalt not kill. I ain't going no further. Let's go back. I'll show you something. Matthew 5:21. Yahshua was talking to us. We just guilty of having not listened. Having not listened. If this man was the word of Yahweh, then don't you think we ought to be listening to what he said? 5:21, Matthew. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time that thou should not kill. And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. That's true. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause should be in danger of the judgment. Now they always angry with us and we ain't ruling nothing. Whosoever shall say unto his brother, Rakah, that is, you fool, cursing one, should be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, should be in danger of the hell fire. Therefore, if you bring your gift to the altar, and there remember that your brother has something against you, leave there your gift before the altar and go your way. First, be reconciled to your brother. Then come and offer thy gift. I had people here all mad, boiling mad over nothing every week. Couldn't let it go. Couldn't let it go every week. But you'll be kind to that white man. How I know? Because you keep paying the rent. Which means you're working somewhere. You get some kind of check and you keep paying the bill. You kind to him. You pay him on time. Pay your auto insurance and all this other stuff on time. Now, if you think I'm lying about it, go check my bill paying record. I ain't gonna lie to you. See, construction will make you learn to manage and discipline yourself when it comes to money. Sometimes you have some rough seasons where you ain't always got it. You can always pay everything on time. So I started learning something. First, the law of Yahweh says to owe no man anything. So now you done struck a society where we come out the womb in debt. So now we can't do nothing but owe you. Okay, since you done robbed and stole from everybody, the only thing I feel in safety and justification to keep from breaking the law now, I have to pay you as I get it, as opposed to going to get it high. What they say, get it how you live. That's people robbing and stealing, doing anything. Sometimes police catch them, and in the process of catching them, they end up dying, making a little hustle. $20 hustle, selling cigarettes, buying Skittles and iced tea, dying for stuff and that little stuff that's almost nothing. That's why I've learned I'm not worshiping you, worshiping your system. You get paid when you get paid. If it don't get there fast enough for you, just don't show up at my front door. I guarantee you that. We're in a dangerous age right now, and we got to get some heart to at least serve Yahweh. Because I'm telling you, to get the heart to serve Yahweh, guess what? It's coming down to the wire now. You're going to have to make a tough choice. Do I serve Yahweh or do I stand still and obey this man? He's shutting everything down. Of all the stuff in the world, you're opening up a liquor store, you open up the barber shop, the beauty salon, and everything, but people can't go nowhere and pray. May the 7th was National Prayer Day. Ain't nobody said nothing about it. Ain't that something? You got a national holiday where you honor a fool. Think of what I'm saying. You call it April Fool's Day. It's the day of the fool. You honor the fool. But the day you say it's national prayer, it ain't even make the news. Did y'all know May the 7th was National Prayer Day? I'll go pull the calendar down and show it to you. National Prayer Day. Nobody said anything. It don't matter what day it fell on, you couldn't get in the building to pray. Because those that's supposed to be leading the prayer, they scared. Home with a mask on. I saw a woman yesterday driving in the car, her and the dog. Need I say what I saw? Her and the dog with a mask on. So I'm thinking to myself, lady, if you ain't crazy, I need to see the definition of it. You and the dog in the car with the mask on. Come to service last night, me and the minister at the light. Pull up, I look over at the brother. I say to him, look at this. We look at the brother in the car, mask on so tight you can see the rubber band cringes in his ear, behind the ear. It's tight. He in the car now, scared of the virus, but he got all the windows cracked. Right, you letting the virus in. Because see, once you get in your car and you shut that airtight cubicle, you safe. Ain't no virus possibly getting in, even though you just got out the air and got in the air. Ain't no way the virus can get in. So you can just drive wherever you're going. Man, people falling out, passing out behind the wheel and all kinds of stuff because they can't breathe. I went in the Home Depot up there, forgot what I was in there to get. Because I look, you know what? I can't breathe. Now I was just outside in the air and I'm good. But now I'm in here, I got to wear the mask. I can't breathe. I came in to get 2 pieces of lumber. I end up with a pair of safety goggles and some other stuff that I ain't even need. And I'm like, what I'm doing with this? Because you can't breathe and you can't think. But that's their law right now. I got one. It's Shaw made for me. I pull it on and stuck over my head. I said, look, there you go. I like this fit. The faceless man. But at least I can breathe with it. Man, they got us swinging, man. Yahweh's word is our covering. Covers us from head to toe. He says, keep the commandments of their health unto thy neighbor. Isn't that what he said? Health unto thy neighbor. Now you say this thing airborne. It's everywhere. And the biggest piece of organism you got on your body, what's that? There you go. So now, I ain't getting it in my mouth. But it's on your arms. It's on the doors. I coming out of the store, I watched the police officer the other day use his elbow and open the door and come out the door and do something like it was really something on the door. So I said to myself, let me have a little fun with him. So I stopped and looked at him as he did all that. Turned around, went back to my vehicle. Just to mess with him. I was like, you the last one touched it, you might have put it on there. I don't want it. We are silly. Why don't you pray? Why don't you trust and believe Yahweh? Trust him. Believe that he's going to take care of you. And also in this age, you got to tell the people they're killing, they're murdering. If by chance they're killing any of us in the name of Yahweh, then it's no harm to die in Yahshua. It's no harm to die in it. But I tell you, tell family and friends, shut your mouth. Quit talking about, come on with it. Go, bring it. I was reading the brother the other day to me. Well, we need to bring it on. Let's get it. You need to shut your mouth. Because Yahweh said that his day is going to be rough and tough. And who shall abide it? Now all of a sudden you declare yourself able to abide? We're crazy, man. Telling you, us as a people, man, it's horrendous, man. But you can't say nothing to us because, again, we always already know. He says, leave there thy gift before the altar and go your way. Be reconciled to your brother, then come off your gift. But he says here, agree with thine adversary quickly while you are in the way with him. Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and the officer kill you in the street with his knee on your neck. Same equivalent, basically. He said, but you be cast into the prison. Poor brother, he didn't make it into the prison. Truly I say unto you, you shall not by any means come out of there till thou hast paid the utmost farthing. And I guess in this instance, we can now change the definition of the utmost farthing, meaning the last penny, till the last thing is your life. That's terrible, man. That's the way it's going. And again, they always right. I don't care how it plays itself out. They are always right. I say to the white listeners that view this channel and understand the depth of Yahweh's word, come out from among them as well. You pray for deliverance because I give you my word in Yahweh. What your forefathers have done and the payment that's coming is not going to be pretty. Ain't no amount of weapons that America can form that's going to stop what Yahweh has coming for them. There's nothing that Trump and others can do. They're not going to vote their way out of this. They're not going to fight their way out of this. Yahshua's coming and he is angry. He's not going to play at his coming. Everybody thought it was a fairy tale. Everybody pissed all over the scripture, but you need it. The militaries around the world and the top leaders, the upper echelon, they study Yahweh's word. Their biggest fear is being taken into captivity. My, my, my. I guess I shouldn't say that. Nah, strike that my stuff from the record. That's one of Baltimore City's biggest homosexual. He always say that when news hit and he can't take it. My. You bastard. Anyway, so strike the my's from the record. I don't be one to emulate him by no means, shape, form, or fashion. Yeah, you get the point. Deuteronomy 17:6. Yahweh's people have to really be taught. If we could only really see. Deuteronomy. Let's get this real quick once you hear this. At the mouth of two or three witnesses shall be he that is worthy of death be put to death. You hear that? But at the mouth of one witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witnesses shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of the people. So thou shalt put the evil away from among you. You hear that? If there arise a matter too hard for you in judgment between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates, then shalt thou arise and get thee up into the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose. This is usually talking about his sanctuary. And thou shalt come unto the priest, the Levite, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall show you the sentence of the judgment. And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which Yahweh shall choose shall show you. You shall observe to do according to all that they inform you, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach you, and according to the judgment which they shall tell you, shalt thou do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they show you unto the right hand nor to the left. Remember I showed you in the dream? We were walking in a straight line. Even when the little baby stepped out of line, innocent baby, mom put it right back in line. Even when an elderly man's knees buckled and he stepped out of the line, the brother put it right back in the line. You hear what I'm saying? The beauty of Yahweh's law, we have to toe the line. We have to walk it. This is so beautiful. Let me get into something here real quick. And the man that will do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth there before Yahweh your Elohim, or unto the judge, even that man shall die. And you shall put away the evil from Israel. See how Yahweh said, kill the rebellious? That was his law. Now look, we ain't in our own land now. So we can't judge based on Yahweh's law because we in the land of the heathens. What he said in Ezekiel, you're not obeying my law. And now in the land of the Gentiles where you are captive, you ain't even obeying their law. I'm going to show y'all something so beautiful. Let's go to the book of Leviticus chapter 24. Yahweh knew what he was doing with Israel. He did something so beautiful. Ah, man. 24:17. He that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. You hear that? So ain't no way around this. He that killeth beast shall make it good. Beast for beast. If I kill your dog, I owe you a dog. You hear me? And he that killeth a beast shall make it good. Beast for beast. And if a man shall cause a blemish in his neighbor, as he hath done, so shall it be done unto him. Breach for breach. Eye for eye. Tooth for tooth. As he hath caused a blemish in a man, so shall it be done unto him again. And he that killeth a beast, he shall restore it. And he that killeth a man, he shall be put to death. You shall have one man of law, as well as for the stranger, as for one in your own country, for I am Yahweh your Elohim. See how that thing goes? Yahweh knows, man. Yahweh wasn't playing with us. We got out there as the people of Israel, kept right on disobeying Yahweh and wouldn't walk with him, wouldn't obey. So then the scriptures shows that the children of Israel kept right on bucking, kept right on rebelling, wouldn't walk with Yahweh. And as a result of it, Yahweh let the children of Israel continue to suffer. Yahweh set up for the children of Israel specific laws, laws that had to be governed, that had to be abided by. What is that? No, it ain't 23. Give me 1 second here. We as Yahweh's people need to be looking at things like this, because if we're not looking at it, we can't properly teach this thing to the people of Israel. Where is that? I wrote that down. On my desk. If not, don't worry about it. It's in my head. Just enough. Yahweh gave the children of Israel these cities that surrounded them. The cities of the judges. Minister John, do me a favor real quick. Find me that scripture on the cities that were set up for the judges of Israel. The law of refuge. It was 6 cities. I'm going to show the children of Israel one of these things here that everybody got to be looking at. Because as they pull this off, we don't know and understand the depth of what's about to take place until somebody really open it up. It should be the 6 surrounding cities. Yahweh pointed the cities for Israel. Bingo. Joshua 20, you the man. See, that's why I always bring him, y'all. I just mess with him. I just do the same thing my father. Certain thing hit. Here we go. I want y'all to pay attention to this. This is so beautiful. This is what y'all did for Israel. Joshua chapter 20. And Yahweh also spake unto Joshua, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and saying, appoint out for you cities of refuge, whereof I spoke unto you by the hand of Moshe, that the slayer that killeth any person unawares or unwittingly may flee thither, and they shall be your refuge from the avenger of blood. See, this is Yahweh's law. This is common sense. Somebody kill your child, whether intentionally or unintentionally, it's a hurtful thing. You're angry. You want justice. Now, if you watch us here in America, we always cry out for justice all the time, expecting them to do it, and it never work out. Usually they just drop a big check. That ain't justice. So the people of Yahweh cried out. Yahweh knew sometimes a thing go wrong, and in the event they didn't mean to do it, I'm going to show you how he appointed these 6 cities. You got to hear this. That the slayer of man, now the slayer of man is the Rasak. The Rasak. Okay, this is somebody that killed. I want you to understand this. The Rasak, a manslayer, murderer, one taking a human life. The primary meaning behind this word is remediated as premeditated murder. You hear me? The slayer is basically premeditated murder. Even if sometimes you're in a situation where it's right there and now you got time to catch yourself, you think it out like the cop did. You intentionally go through with it. And when he that does flee into one of these cities shall stand at the entering of the gate of the city, he shall declare his cause in the ears of the elders. This is Yahweh's law. Tell the elders, listen, I was working with a man. I did this, did that. We got the stuff, and I killed him. I didn't mean to kill him. He's in their city now. This is Yahweh's law. They shall take him into the city unto them and give him a place that he may dwell among them. And if the avenger of blood pursue after him, then shall they not deliver up the slayer into his hand, because he smote his neighbor unwittingly and hated him not before time. He shall dwell in that city until he stand before the congregation. You hear that? That's a court case for judgment, and until death of the high priest that shall be in those days. Then shall the slayer return. In other words, now you done fled to one of them cities of refuge, and you go on trial. And whatever the judgment is, that's the judgment. You now can't leave that city. You hear me? You better stay there all the days of your life, or until the passing of the priest that made that judgment. Listen to Yahweh's law. Until the death of the high priest that shall be in those days. And then shall the slayer return and come to his own house, and unto his own house, and unto the city from whence he fled. And they appointed Kadesh in Galilee, that's one city, in Mount Naphtali, and Shechem in the Mount Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, which is in Hebron, in the mountain of Yahudah. And on the other side of the Jordan, by Jericho, eastward, they assigned Bejer, and in the wilderness upon the plain out of the tribe of Reuben, and Ramoth, as in Ramoth Gilead, in the Gilead, and unto the tribe of Gad, that's how you pronounce it, and Golan in Bashan, out of the Mount Manasseh, out of the tribe of Manasseh. These were the cities appointed for all the children of Israel, and for all the strangers that sojourn among them, that whosoever killeth any person at unawares might flee thither, and not die by the hand of the avenger of blood, until he stood before the congregation. Now, is that fair? See how Yahweh's law worked out? This man didn't flee nowhere. He fled to his white brothers who came out to guard and protect his house. And now the whole city is up in uproar, all because one stupid little man, having such hatred in his heart, he decided to murder somebody. Well, if the children of Israel don't pray and cry out, because it could have been any of us. If this don't teach us how to pray against our enemies, I don't know what to say. Yahweh was so awesome with the way he did things for the children of Israel. We don't even pay attention. In Joshua chapter 21, he lays out the cities for the Levites. If you notice, what he did was every city where the 12 tribes were, he carved out 4 suburbs or 4 counties, like where the priesthood resided. There was 4 for each of the 12 tribes, so that it ended up being 48 cities where men of the priesthood lived. Like here in Baltimore, you got this little place called Preacher's Row, little upscale neighborhood where all the Negro preachers in this town all live out there among each other. So everybody live out there pretty much is a preacher. It's interesting that they knew to do that. But you see, it comes from Joshua chapter 21, where Yahweh set those cities. And Yahweh set the cities like that and the priesthood in each direction around the 12 tribes for a reason. Because Yahweh ain't talking to everybody. So then he set men in the priesthood that if they needed counsel somewhere in each one of the 12 tribes, in each of the different directions, there were men of the priesthood that they could go to. Isn't that beautiful? And then out of that, he set the 6 cities for refuge. This is what you call when somebody do something, then they run it. Now they fight what they call extradition. No, 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 don't take me back. I don't want to go back there. Well, that's what this was. And whatever the judgment was, if the killer wasn't put to death but was allowed to live because he did not intentionally kill that person, he had to live in that city all the days of his life. Well, at least up until the priest there died. But if he was caught outside the confines of those cities and the slayer, the avenger come looking for him, your blood is on your own hand. That makes sense? So now, America ain't operating on that type of law. America is operating on the principle of might makes right. And that's how they're going to play this out. Where's the killer of Mike Brown? Free, working with another police department, right? Where's the killer of Eric Garner? Still in New York, free. I'm not sure if he's still on the police department, but he's free. Ain't nobody so much as spit on him. You see what I'm saying? This stuff happened. 6 people were responsible for the death of Freddie Gray somehow, some way. What they don't say is that the officer chased him down and beat him. Now, there's a story about Freddie Gray that we have to tell the community. You got to be ready for this one. When I was a child, there was a TV show called Starsky and Hutch. Starsky and Hutch was 2 supposedly decent police officers, but they had an informant that was a criminal that knew everything that was going on in the neighborhood. And they would always go and jack Huggy Bear up like they was charging him for prostitution and all this other stuff because he was a pimp. But as they had him on the wall and beating him up, and he was telling them stuff. Am I correct? You remember the show? You remember the show? Ain't that what happened? He was the snitch. He was always telling it. So he got to keep doing crime because he was their informant. So what am I saying about Freddie Gray? Unless you follow the police reports and understand what's what, you won't understand why his spine got broken. Rough you up a little bit, accidentally broke something, brother died. And the whole community knew that. Then they admitted that he was one of their CIs. What is a CI if it ain't a criminal informant? And they admitted that. And that part just escaped the consciousness of the whole city. So I'm not mitigating the circumstance or the seriousness of the brother's death. I'm just saying, and playing like you really arresting him and roughing the brother. You broke something. You destroyed the man. You threw him in the wagon. Now all of a sudden his life is worth nothing. And that's how it went down. What were they charged with? 6 people charged with 3rd-degree murder. Nobody went to jail. All based on these same definitions of words. Playing with Yahweh's law. These people have so much to pay for. Because as Zechariah 11 says, this is exactly what they do to us. And in reading Zechariah 11, pay attention, y'all, because Yahweh comes down on the men of the priesthood. Zechariah 11:3 says, there is a voice of howling of the shepherds, for their glory is spoiled. Look, their glory is spoiled right now. Them churches is closed. They can't reap their money in like they wanted. Man, they was all hurt and broken hearted. Man, the Easter Bunny had to stay in the house this year. A voice of the roaring of young lions, for the pride of Jordan is spoiled. Thus saith Yahweh Elohim, feed the flock of the slaughter. Are you all not the flock of the slaughter? You the ones they draw out and kill. Ain't that what Benjamin Crump said? They do it one at a time. Go get me a lamb. We need to kill somebody. Oh, go kill me a nigger today. And that's what they call us. He says, feed the flock of the slaughter, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. It's in your book. And they that sell them say, now tell me this don't sound like them local preachers. Blessed be the Lord. Ain't that what they say? Here they say, Yahweh said, and they that sell them say, blessed be Yahweh. I'm rich. I'm all right. And their own shepherds do not pity them. That's why the preachers don't say nothing today. Al Sharpton and them guys, they ain't got no credibility no more. The only reason they got credibility is because they work for those folks. So to me, they say, hey, Al, get your plane ticket ready, going out there. He off sitting in New York somewhere running his mouth. What he say about the coronavirus? I don't even know what to say or what to do. Only a man that ain't representing Yahweh would not know what to say or what to do. Whenever we don't know what to say or do, we go to Yahweh. Does he not say in his word, open thy mouth and I will fill it? So now you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do because you don't know Yahweh. Okay, so now let's open this up as I get ready to draw this to a close. See, we as Yahweh's people, we don't know these people as well as we should. Yahweh said their shepherds don't even pity them. They don't care about us as a people. They don't care. Let's go to Isaiah 29. I'm going to show you why they don't care. They don't care because they have cut a deal. Isaiah 29, let's see. Pardon me, 28. 28:14. Wherefore, because of this word, hear the word of Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people in Jerusalem. Now, if we were doing this in Jerusalem, what make you think we ain't doing it now in the land of captivity where they pay you to be a clown? Because you have said, we've made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. This is your leadership today. That boule and all that other stupid stuff. These are men that have cut backdoor deals. Well, if you're killing them, I understand. Don't kill us. Spare us. Yeah, well, if they gotta go, they gotta go. Come on, man. I looked up the other day, but Tim, this one funny. I got a friend request from Doc Cheatham. Doc Cheat them. That's how we always say his name here in Baltimore. Remember his car was in a certain shop. We looking at the motor, you cheap car. I'm look at you. You think you got a status symbol. You think you got something serious. Spend all that money for a Ford Taurus. Yeah, anyway. Another story, another day, another time. Anyway, I bet he'd be mad he found out I was standing over there looking at that. Anyway, these are corrupt people. The reason I bring it up, because we know they corrupt. We know they done sold you out. Here in little cities like this, they want $1. And when them white folks funnel that money in, listen, this is how all money gets funneled into your city. This is how your preachers and everything get bought off. Okay, the CIA specializes in drugs. Okay, they sell drugs. They done admitted that. They get stuff, materials, and chemicals from Exxon. The only chemical in the world that goes into cocaine, that make the pasta, that make up the paste and all that, the only chemical that's produced anywhere in the world is produced by Exxon. Now, that ought to tell y'all something. You ain't got nobody smoking crack without Exxon. You hear me? All right, just throwing that out. Now, Exxon get that stuff shipped in. This is how they caught Escobar, because they put the little transponders on the unit when they sent their stuff into Colombia, so they knew where it all went at. So then they found the lab based on that. Okay. Anyway, they make these chemicals, ship these drugs in, and your brother sell it. He think he the kingpin. Kingpin getting his from another kingpin. This kingpin getting his from somebody else. Eventually, you go on up the chain. Whoever they sitting down dealing with is a federal officer, CIA, whatever the case is. He the big man. He hitting them all off. So this is how drugs and stuff is funneled. Big cash gets transferred back. This stuff is dumped into your local foundations and government agencies and organizations. United Way, Associated Catholic Charities. They get all this black money. So then here come the local little Negro leadership, the preachers, the community activists, the local radio talk show hosts, with the exception of myself. And a lot of them others begging for grant money. Well, then they cut them a check. This is how they give them money. The money is unlimited because it's coming off the backs of your brothers and sisters with the drug addiction. Okay? This is what I discovered researching over 30 years ago, looking at it. I said, wow, that's how you run it. See, when they put the spy planes here up in Maryland in the airplane, all the money, the grant money and all that stuff came in. It came in from Texas, from the John and Linda Arnold Foundation. Remember them? They was with Enron, robbed the people. The gas and electric company stole the people's money, pension money and all this other stuff, made billions of dollars. Now billionaires have divided up all the cities in America. Every major city in America is supposedly controlled now by some billionaire who throw money down to get stuff done. That is their will. So the John and Linda Arnold Foundation down in Texas sent the money up here. They funded the money through the Baltimore City Foundation. The Baltimore City Foundation, when you look at their books, is always sending money to activists to fight different things, righteous things that are going on in the community. They'll get money and they'll go out there and kill it. So just throwing that out. Yahweh's word here is pulling the cover off of because they say we have made an agreement with hell. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it should not come unto us. In other words, when you get ready to do a purge, or you get ready to kill them, or you get ready to do this, we're going to be safe because they know who we are. Pardon me. So they say we're going to be safe because we done cut a deal with them. Make sense? Under falsehood have we hid ourselves. So Yahweh is acknowledging that they acknowledge they live in a lie. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, behold, I lay in Zion a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. That's why I keep telling y'all, calm down. He that believeth on him shall not make haste. Old folks say what? Haste makes waste. Now you see why I always be telling y'all as people, calm down. What are you in such a hurry for? Pray, study the word of Yahweh, and live your life. Right now, how many of us can go home, eat a meal, can relax, can walk around the house, can just address Yahweh, can lay down and get up the next day, come and go as we please? How many of us can just simply do that? Isn't that a blessing? How much more do you really need? Do you really need to be a jet setter all over the face of the earth? Do you really need to be on a plane? Every plane you get on? That's beautiful. 4-year-old baby had her hand out. That's awesome. That's awesome. But you see, what more can we really do? We have to calm down and patiently wait on Yahweh. Enjoy your lives. You hear me? Remember, I was hanging out with you the other day. What did it, brother? It was an honor to see you. Well, no more. I ain't grab him, hug him all day. Oh man, like man, you ain't gonna never leave me. Oh man, we hit me. It was an honor. See brother Mark and his family, different one. All of the brothers and sisters, different one. It's just an honor. You say, I'm with Yahweh's people. That's fine. Ain't no more I can do. We serve him. We praise him. You don't need to be a fanatic to serve Yahweh, because no matter what you doing, you ain't making the Ruach come upon you no faster. You ain't making it land upon you and stay no stronger. Yah's will is going to be done. Right now, you ain't in the midst of the persecution. You hear what I'm saying? The apostles were threatened and beat up, put in prison for preaching. Anybody here been beat up, put in prison for the word yet? All right, family at home, let the record reflect. Not a hand in the building went up. So right now, while the evil days have not come, enjoy your life in Yahweh. You have it. You know him. Look at the world that don't know him and got everything going, and they still not happy. How can you have Yahweh, have everything, not know what you have, and still not be happy? I'm going to say this to every one of y'all. Don't sit in the building just be staring in my face, because I ain't cute. All babies is, well, not all. Some of them, there's a small percentage that just escape. But all babies are cute, except that small percentage. You know, sometimes some people got a baby, man. They uncover the baby. I'm just being real, okay? In fact, I don't know. I could have been one of them babies. You don't know. My mother done 50-some years ago, unfold them. Ooh, isn't he something? You know, I don't know. I could have been. I don't know. I just know now I'm too old to be cute. I ain't no cute baby. You hear what I'm saying? So just relax. A baby, one thing about a child, loves to enjoy life. They will. I watched my grandson eat the other day. We were trying to get him to do something, taking a selfie real quick, trying to get him to just stay still for a minute. His food was on the table. And they were taking too long to take the picture. And he said, simply put, I got to eat, and walked away. I just laughed. I said, check him out, boy. He knew, hey, I'm ready to eat. I ain't with all this. So we, like Yahweh's children, calm down. Wait on him. Don't be all upset. Don't be anxious. Then the scripture says, don't be anxious for tomorrow, for sufficient unto itself is the day is its own evil. No, Yahweh. Rest assured that you're serving him. And if you're not sure you're serving him, keep serving anyhow. Because you ain't going to do nothing superfluous and slip up and boom. Man, yesterday I was a drunkard. Today I'm Moses. Nah, nah, nah. You ain't gonna slip up like that. Yahweh knows every one of us that are his. So in your patience, calm down, possess your souls. Right now they killing and they think it's funny. They getting away with it. Listen, somebody sent me a video clip last night. I can't even play the video for you all. Something took place downtown last night, Baltimore and Gay Street. Police officer punched the woman in the face, knocked her straight out. I saw that and I was like, wow, you just hear the frustration in the people's voices. These things are now designed to antagonize you, to get you hostile, as well as to pump you up and make you fight so they can come in and mow you down and everything. Well, Yahweh has all power. You have to pray sometime. Ask Yahweh, reverse it. Turn it on them. Make them do unto themselves what they intend to do. You have to pray like that. Now is not the time to keep on asking Yahweh, bless your enemies. Your enemy wants you off the face of the earth. So if you're asking Yahweh, bless your enemy, know the outcome of it. They kill you and you keep on blessing for them till you're gone. Your last prayer was that Yahweh bless them, bless them. All right, you look up, they're in the kingdom. You starting your life over with Yahshua. You look right up. Oh, man. So what's wrong? In my first life, he killed me. So what he doing here now? Let's go see him. We can't go see him. Yahshua them put us in the kingdom. So how he get in here? Well, I blessed him before I died. Not that it's going to be that way, but I'm just being facetious enough to let you see. No, pray realistically. Some of them scriptures in that book, I don't know. Now, I know there'll be 1,001 preachers get on there and contradict what I say about Yahshua and the sword. But you still got to give an account for one thing. Why did he tell them, sell your cloak and go buy one? You just got to, if you say that he said, all that take the sword shall perish by the sword, you better understand the time frame in which he was addressing that. Because that wasn't the time to fight. That's why he said, no, put your sword away, because all that take it shall perish by the sword. He had to go the way he went. But it's only logical. If Israel as a nation was being built up before he came, had to defend themselves. Then he came and had to be the sacrifice. But just before sacrificing, told them, get yourself some swords. Then it's logical. Before his coming, they had to defend themselves. At his advent, it was at a standstill because he had to be that forever perfect sacrifice. But after his advent, until his second return, you had to be able to defend yourself. You hear me? I was a young child one time, brother hit me. I ran down the street to my father. Daddy, so-and-so hit me. My father say, did you hit him back? No. Well, then go hit him back. Oh, man, that's all I need to hear. I ran up the street, all right, I got whooped, I think. But I tell you, look, some people just lie all the time. Every fight they ever been in, they always won. Yeah, somebody talking like that, I don't hear that. You run across some people that put something on you, man. I was in 7th grade up the Mel, man, and had this bully beating up on me, taking my lunch money and stuff. Bully was putting it on me, boy. And I go confide in my grandmother. And one thing about elderly people, a lot of times elderly people, you know how they slow in talking. They call you David. They thinking. They choosing their words careful. We're dismissed on a Shabbat just like today. Everybody waiting to eat. I said, yes, Grandmama. Grandmama said, listen. When you go to school Monday, and that girl hit you and try to take your lunch money, you ball up your fist, you hit her back hard as you can. So now the whole congregation was ear hustling. They all heard it. I was up Lamel, 13 years old, 7th grade. I'm thinking to myself, well, thank you. I really did need all of them to know I'm being bullied by a girl. Now, y'all want to hear something funny? The story gets worse, and this is a true story. I'm driving home one day. I go across North and Howard. I make the left on Howard Street and go up. And police behind me. Whoop, 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 whoop. So pull over. I'm like, man, what I done now? This chump here. So I roll the window down. Police officer says, do you know why I stopped you? So I still didn't look up. So no, not really, but I sure hope you forgot. Because I don't know. Police officer chuckles. So let me see your license and registration. So I pull my license and registration out and go to hand the license and registration to the police officer. It's that girl. True story. Baltimore City police officer, Sharonda. She didn't say much to me. I ain't say nothing to her. Because I thought it through and I realized, if I get out and slug you now, I ain't going to win. What's my point? You have to pray. I don't think she recognized me, but I'm being real. That was a true story. Here I am, a grown man. That was about 10 years ago. I'm a grown man, but that was a true story. I'm like, wow, she had the audacity to be a police. I should call the police on you, right? Is there a statute of limitations on taking lunch money? Time probably done ran out. But I'll say this, even in the midst of that, and I do mean that. All of the police ain't out there trying to do this. Some of our brothers and sisters really do go on there and try to really make a difference. Just like some of our brothers and sisters go into politics. They really sincerely go into politics and try to make a difference. Because sometimes we believe in things, we believe in the wrong things. Okay, well, Yahweh blessed me to become a minister. And I preach and I teach, and I realize that I'm standing here because I'm trying to make a difference. And I realized something over the years about trying to make a difference. The difference started with me. You hear what I'm saying? When I learned to live right, when I learned to live upright, to do right by Yahweh, to do right by myself, to do right by Yahweh's people, you start loving them. Now, I don't play, but you start learning to love one another to a point and a degree. Sometimes whereas you look up and realize you can't even get along with one another, just your personalities are so abrasive. Then even then, in love, you can just separate and go on from one another. Just you ain't got to deal with each other. You ever been in a situation like that where you just don't bother each other? Sometimes you're not even beefing. You just realize we don't make it, so we just don't bother each other. It's like that. But you'll find that you have that perfect peace in Yahshua if you just strive to walk the way that Yahweh says walk. Let's get this closing scripture. Let's go to the book of James. I laughed last night when the minister and the deacon was teaching because he went to this scripture. I was like, hey, man, he got part of my lesson. That's all right. And I always know that that's the way the Ruach works because somebody take a point that you're going to highlight and they might beat you to the point and highlight it first. And I listened and I'm going to give credit for this because the way in which the deacon highlighted that point, I was like, that's awesome. Because he highlighted it last night better than I can highlight it now. Because he drew it, not only because he drew it first, but the intent by which he brought it forward. And I was like, that's awesome, the way he brought it out. You hear what I'm saying? So I ain't got to outshine him. I'm going to humbly in Yahshua give him the honor because he highlighted it better than I am able to. I'm going to read it because he read last night. He says, First James chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of Yahweh. You hear me? The wrath of man doesn't work the righteousness of Yahweh. What's my point here? Yeah, we may be hurt because these police officers keep on killing people. But we also have to speak to ourselves as a people. Make the name of Yahweh known so that Israel can learn how to call on Yahweh. I'm driving down the street yesterday. Young brothers out, squeegee boys, they stopped me. This was so ironic. I was digging in my pocket, getting something together, and I pulled out some loose change. It was some $1 bills. So squeegee brothers come up and say, hey, man, if you don't mind, I can jump up there and get there when the truck sits up in the air. And he couldn't reach up and get it. He said, if you don't mind, I can jump up there and clean that window for you. I can get that done for you, big bro. I said, no, I'm all right today, bro, man. But as I rolled the window down, he said, oh, man, you can get that to me? I said, yeah, I'm going to get 2 to you and 2 to the brother behind you. I said, but now I give you this. You owe me something. He stopped and said, well, what am I owe you? I said, you owe it to me that you love one another. You take care of one another. You take care of him, and I'm give him this, and he better take care of you. Because when I drive through again, I'm going to be looking for you. But you better call on Yahweh no matter what goes on. He said, yeah, I heard of him. That's God, right? Young brother. He said, I heard of him. You see what I'm saying? Now, I just happened to stop. And at the time he walked, I wasn't digging for the money to give it to him. I just happened to be looking for a piece of paper that I had at the light. And so the 4 ones was there. And then he came up. The windows are slightly tinted, so you can't see in there unless you really up on. So then I rolled it down just enough to address it. And I said, when I come back through, I'm going to look for you. You better take care of him, and he better take care of you. Call on Yahweh. He already knew. They don't know and understand to the fullest until we teach it. We teach it by living it. You hear what I say? Pray for one another. Pray hard. He says, the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of Yahweh. For which cause lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness. Meaning all this open naughtiness, all this wickedness, like the cop knee on the young man's neck. That was open naughtiness. That was open wickedness. You did that thing out of spite. He says, lay that aside and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any man be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he's like a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and immediately forgetteth what manner of man he was. But whosoever looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. If any man among you seem to be righteous, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's righteousness is in vain. Pure righteousness and undefiled before Yahweh, the Abba of all, this is this: to visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction, and to keep yourself unspotted from the world. You hear what I'm saying? Keep yourself clean from the world. Right now, we're seeing some stuff. All our beloved brothers out there, man, they want some action. They really want to fight. They really want to see. Yeah, you get your chance. You get your turn. But I humbly suggest to people right now to know for sure that warfare is not a gravy train. It's not an easy thing. It ain't no birthday party. We want to be ready that if we do have to go to war, that Yahweh's with us, so that as we go out, we come back in. Because many go out and don't come back in. I doubt very sincerely if Floyd George thought that today or that day would be his last day. You understand? Things like that change your whole world. Sometimes elderly relatives, old and dying, their death still changes your world. You know they're old. You know they've grown to a point where they die, where we all are going to die. But death changes everybody immediately around it. It changes their world. And then to see that no justice comes. King Salomo said, I looked on the side of the poor and I saw that they had no helper. But he said, I also looked at the rich and saw that they too had no help. So at least we can look to Yahweh and know that he is our help. I used to hear a preacher quote that a lot, but he never quoted it in its proper context. He always quoted, say, I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. The help coming from Yahweh. But he didn't say it properly. The messenger in that psalm said, I'll look to the hills. From where's my help coming? The hills, he meant the government. I'll look to him to see where's my help coming from. Then he caught himself and he said, my help comes from Yahweh. So that's where your help comes. Your help ain't in no stimulus check. What happens if you ain't eligible for the stimulus? I guess you got to stimulate yourself, huh? Well, then look at Yahweh. I talked to Elder Vix the other day, and we were talking about life and health and sickness, and I kind of made the old man chuckle. And it was an honor to say something and hear him actually chuckle because he realized it was true. Wasn't that I was teaching him something. He'd been on the earth longer than me. He was just talking about health and life and different things. And I said, well, Elder, we ain't going to worry about that because we got the best health coverage in the world, right? He said, yeah, that's right. I said, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? He said, what you talking about? And I said, we have, Yahweh care. And he chuckled because he looked up and realized that, Yahweh care beats Obamacare. You hear me? All we got to do is trust him. Calm down. I've taught you all something today. I hope you wrote those words down. I hope you looked at it differently. And I hope you know a little better in how to shape your prayers. This thing ain't just on the police. This is on the policy planners, the rulers, and the kings of the earth, as scripture have said, who have set themselves against him and against his anointed. Is not Yahshua his anointed? Is not Israel as a nation his anointed? So the kings of the earth and the rulers have set themselves against him. And if they've set themselves against him, scripture says, he who sitteth in the heavens shall laugh at them. Can you imagine that? It's like a fly. He keep buzzing around. You got the swatter. You could have got him 3-4 times. You laugh at him. You keep it up. When it's all over, pat, he's done. Y'all's going to get them. Right now, they're the toughest thing going. It looks like they're winning. They are applauding themselves as they win. They laugh. They giggle. They think it's funny. But like David said in the psalm, Yahweh, when you awake, when you arise, you will despise their image. I say to you all, any validity to that dream that Abba Yah allowed me to see, I take it for what it was worth. We must keep striving to walk in that straight and narrow path. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's about Yahshua. And we certainly better follow him. Am I making sense? And did I make it clear? Love and honor to you all. I told Yahweh for you all, for your kindness, for your calls, for your concern, for every way and manner in which we can help out. We ain't the greatest, we ain't the richest or nothing, but yet we have all things in Yahshua. And if we can't do nothing as the people of Yahweh, we're going to stick together. And if we can't stick together, we're going to learn how to stick together. And if we can't learn how to stick together, we're going to learn how to come together in order to make it work, to make it stick together. Because Yahweh gave us the rules. And the rule is, I can do all things through Yahshua HaMashiach, who strengthens me. Draw your strength, Yisrael. Let us stand. Ready to eat? You hungry? You ready to eat? Abba Yahweh, we come before you as we give you all the honor, the praise, and the glory that is due unto your name. We beg of you in Yahshua's precious name to please remember each and every one of us as your people, the children of Israel. Remember us by name and by face. Abba Yah, you said also in your word that a Gentile multitude will come out of this great tribulation and that they will come unto you. We beg of you in Yahshua's name to have mercy upon us all. Right us wheresoever it may be that we are wrong. Strengthen us as we have been weakened and torn down by the forces of Shaitan. Build us up, Abba Yah, according to the greatness of the beauty of your law, which builds the greatest of all kingdoms. We ask you, Yahweh, to bless our hands, that we may receive all things unto you. Bless our feet, that we may be able to walk in a perfect, straight, and narrow path before you. And more so, Abba Yahweh, bless our heads, from the crown of our head to the soles of our feet, and bless our mouths, so that the words of our mouths and the meditations of our heart will all be acceptable in your sight. O Yahweh, our strength and our Redeemer. Hallelujah. Happy Shabbat unto you all, Yisrael. Yah Baruch you all. Shalom, shalom.